Welcome back, everybody. Give me a second here. We'll get these cams fixed real quick as we gear up. Let's go racing here. Alright, that works out pretty good. Hey, welcome here, everybody. Look, we're racing here again with the NSR guys, the Motor City Trucks here at Auto Club. We're going to be doing, what is it, 100 laps? Is that right? 100 laps around here at Auto Club tonight. Sorry, I'm so ill-prepared. Feels like it. Feels like it. But first in the booth, we got Jay and Dallas. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. We're back here again for another one of these classic Nexus Sim Racing Motor City Truck races at an awesome racetrack that we no longer have. Sad tears in my eyes, but nonetheless, it's gonna be some fantastic racing. The best racers in the business.
Yeah, pretty excited. I love Auto Club. I'm sad that it's gone, so anytime we get to broadcast Auto Club, I'm a pretty big fan of it. And the trucks at Auto Club always race really well, so this should be a pretty exciting race tonight.
Yes, absolutely. We've got just about 29 trucks ready to go at it here tonight around Auto Club. And we're just going to, or about to round out practice here. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. So, with this amount of time that we have, how about we go into a little bit of what to expect, who we got for tonight, and maybe a little bit more. So, Jay, per usual, I'll let you go first.
Oh man, I think we're going to see a lot of 3-4 wide race, and this track is racy. These trucks are going to be pretty bunched up at the start of these races. Track position is going to be a premium. Trying to get to the front of this field to control it. We see some strategy be played out through this race. Maybe a little bit of long game with the field strategy. Maybe a little bit of shortcutting. But the guy I am watching tonight, this man is going to find himself in victory lane at the end of the night. He's been so competitive in every league that NSR runs. That is going to be bad Brad Haldane. I think he gets dub here tonight at Auto Club.
You stole it. I was gonna go with Brad. Thought I was gonna be different, and you're out here saying Brad. And yeah, Brad's gonna get it done tonight. Brad's super fast. Brad's really quick in these trucks, and he's due for a win. So I'm going with Brad Haldane tonight as well.
Hey, that's a great choice. Yeah, these trucks here, they're a lot of on throttle. A lot. We're going to be seeing the degradation of tire. Really see who saved their tires the most towards the middle part of the run and towards the end of the run, and that's when we'll get some good racing there. Some strategy to go on for tonight. Some great racing up ahead. Here, 100 laps around. Auto Club will not disappoint with the Motor City Truck. So, with that being said, I am not going to go with Brad Haldane, but I am going to go with his teammate of old, Scooter B. I've got some inside information here, okay? Them Imperial boys tonight, they're going to be fast. Watch out for the 1 truck and the 39. They're going to be up there, for sure. For sure. So, with that being said, though, we've got about just about 20 seconds left in practice. Travis Manning does find himself on top of the board by just 100th of a second. And so very close here tonight. Travis Manning, once again, topping the board. Scott Bellum is in P2. Adam Parks in P3. Brad Haldane P4. And Robert Gast. And that rounds out your top 5. Practice is now being suspended. We'll watch these guys head into qualifying. See who can take the top spot. Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who takes to the track first.
Surprised none of us took Travis Manning. He's won both races so far this season.
I mean,
and he is your points leader.
I feel like that's low-hanging fruit, though. You can always pick Travis. Travis is fast. Travis could be out there on a bicycle. Travis is fast. I don't know how he does it. Travis is insane.
Mainstream. All right.
from you guys calling Scott Bellum, Scooter B all the time. I'll just be driving, I'll be delivering packages, and just in the back of my head, I'll just be like, Scooter B! And it's stuck in my head. You guys have it stuck in my head.
That's my boy. Well, speaking of Scooter B, he's hitting the track coming through turns 3 and 4 now. He's going to start his qualifying run here tonight. Let's see what he can do. A fast truck here with the Imperial Motorsports #1 Ford F-150. He's starting his lap, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he's going to head down here into turn 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. He's going to be the first guy to set a qualifying lap down. Watch as he goes down the backstretch. Real rough, real bumpy. Try to keep the speed up off of turn 2. Maybe a little tight there, almost gets some wall. But here he goes down the bumpy backstretch here for the first lap.
Now, coming into turn 3, Scott Bellum going from real high, almost getting down to the apron there. Coming off of turn 4, real shallow now, trying to get to the middle part, the bottom part of the track. Coming across the line. Let's see what Scott Bellum can do here. A 39.54, currently third quickest. And back into turn 1 he goes. And let's see what Scott can do now. Coming off of turn 2, Joshua Daniels tops the leaderboard with a 39.25, and Cameron Keeley a 39.49.
Yeah, real close qualifying laps up here at the front. We're seeing a lot of guys put down times. Renner, Collier, Cisna, Jordan, Yost all putting times down the board. But through turns 3 and 4 now, here comes old Scooter B. Off of turn 4, let's see what he does.
To the bottom of the racetrack, trying to create the fastest line around the track around here. Crossing the start-finish line. Let's see if he can do better. He does, but it's not enough for any more positions. A 39.53. Travis Manning goes P2 on the board. Thomas Ferrara now going into turn 1 takes that P3 position. Let's ride on with him as he comes through turns 1 and 2. Off of 2 now, coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Ferrara had a great run going at Las Vegas last weekend. Had a little bit of troubles there. Here he is down the backstretch into turn 3. Going to send it all the way down to the bottom against the white line. See if he can carry as much speed here off of turn 4. Use up some track on exit and plant the throttle as we're going in across the start-finish line now.
Coming across the start-finish line. Let's see what Thomas can do here. A 39.63. Not quicker than his last time by. Adam Parks comes out P3. Kyle Hendricks now coming across the line. Let's see what he can do. Very fast here at restrictor plate style races. Kind of like what we'll be witnessing here tonight. 39.48 for Kyle Hendricks. That puts him P5 at the moment. Here's Chad Gwenigsman off of turn 2. Coming down the back straightaway. Long time no see there. We'll see what he can do coming across the line to finish his qualifying run.
Chad Gwenigsman behind the wheel of a truck here through turns 3 and 4. We know how good this man is in strategy. We've seen it in the Motor City Cup Series. Here he is in the Motor City Trucks. He's going to cross the line. Let's see what he does lap time wise here qualifying.
P8. What a run. That's a great run. Jordan Whiting takes P4. Coming across the start-finish line, going through turns 1 and 2 now. He put down a 39.47. And hopefully he can make this second lap a little bit quicker. He's so close to P3. Now coming into turn 3, Jordan Whiting on his second lap.
Here he is into turn 3. He's going to take it all the way to the bottom. Maybe get a little bit of apron there in the middle of 3 and 4. Drive this thing off of turn 4. Going to take it back to the bottom, make it as short as possible. Let's see what he does. He's running P4. Let's see if he improves his time.
Oh, he does not. A 39.50. For Jordan Whiting, continuing to hold on to that P4 position, though. Isaac Singleton now coming into turn 3, and that number 95 Toyota Tundra. He did complete his first lap with a 39.65. Now we're seeing that second lap really isn't quicker than the first lap, but let's see if Isaac can turn that around. Coming across the start-finish line, 39.71. He does not improve. And now we're on to Stephen Doughton, ready to complete his qualifying run.
Stephen Down, the Alabama Bama man himself, off of turn 4, coming across the line. Let's see what he puts up here lap time wise.
P18 with a 39.77. All right. Let's go to Dave Farella now, going into turn 1. Just completed his first lap with a 40.02. So let's see what he can do on the second lap. You can see him get a little bit loose there, had to straighten himself out. But he does, and he's coming down the back straightaway now.
Yeah, you see as he goes over the bumps down the back straightaway. Real bumpy backstretch. It's going to be fun to watch all night long as these guys are barreling down there. Sends it in here to turn 3. He's going to take it all the way down to the white line. Drive it off the corner. Maybe go back a little lower again. Yes, he's going to make it as short as possible right through the Geico restart zone across the line.
39.65, a P15 for himself. All right, we got one more. Dalton Powell. He is coming to complete his first lap here, so we got another lap with this man. Let's see what he can do in this number 51 as he comes across the start-finish line. Let's see if he can get his first lap in here. P27 with a 40.92. He's got one more lap to improve that.
Yeah, through turns 1 and 2. He's not going to take it down to the bottom line about running mid-corner here, mid-track. Going to take it up against the wall here, down the backstretch. Real bumpy. Watch the front end of this truck as it bounces a little bit down these bumps into turn 3. We're going to see what he does this time by. See if he can improve on that 40.924 at the line. See if he can break the 39-second mark. Move up the qualifying board here.
Off of turn 4 now, the 51 truck looking to complete his second lap, his qualifying run across the start-finish line. A 39.71 for Dalton Powell in the 51. P19. Javon Thompson now up and ready to go get a qualifying run done. And that number 93, let's see what he can do here, coming to complete his first lap.
Javon Thompson always going to be one of the last people to qualify. I love that with Javon. Gives us some entertainment here towards the end of qualifying. And this beautiful purple and black machine, number 93, is going to take it across the line. Let's see what he does this time by.
Javon, 39.78, currently best for P21. Nate Cotilla, also across the start-finish line, 41.17 for him, currently P29 on the board. Now coming off of turn 2 for Javon, down the back straightaway. Let's see if this second lap can be better for him. Now going into turn 3, he's got half a lap to try and figure out if he can.
Yeah, we've seen a few of these guys improve here on their second lap. A few of them have kind of steadied out with their pace here. See if he can improve. He's going to take it as low as he can through the Geico restart zone. Cross the start-finish line. Let's see what he puts down.
36.61 for Javon. That is a P14. Nate Cotilla finds himself P21 in that number 50 Toyota Tundra. And just about everybody has qualified, except for Robert Gast. Robert Gast electing to stay on pit road for now. But right now, Joshua Daniels on top of the board with a 39.250. You know, one thing that we forgot to do here, forgot to pull up the race info. Let's pull up the race info real quick here. All right, it's a track length of 2 miles, a track temp of 68 degrees right now, altitude of just about 1,100 feet. 68-degree ambient temp, 50% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 1-mile-an-hour wind. Again, this is the Nexus Motor City Trucks Auto Club 2 Hundo, the open setup truck racing league. 14 degrees of banking in the turns, 11 degrees of banking on the front stretch. Pace car speed is 70 miles an hour, pit road speed is 55, and everybody here gets one quick repair for tonight. Everybody gets the chance to roll out their backup car and get right back into the action if something happens to them early on in this race, and go for the checker flag. So, right now, though, Joshua Daniels still on top of the leaderboard. We've got just a little bit left here in qualifying. See if these guys can finish out their qualifying run. We'll get straight into warm-up. Maybe we'll do a little bit of an interview with Joshua Daniels if he can hold on to this pole. And then we'll go racing.
Yes, I'm ready to go racing, baby. Let's do this thing. There it is. I believe that is the end of qualifying. Am I correct there, Tom?
Yes. Yes. Qualifying is over. Congratulations to Joshua Daniels getting the pole here tonight at Auto Club. Let's see if he's in the Discord. It doesn't look like he is. So, we're going to go ahead and just skip it for now.
We could bring in Manning, see what he's thinking going into this race. He's won both races so far this season, starting P2. He's in here as well. I could be lying. I don't think he's in here either.
Yeah, I don't believe that either of them are in here.
Well,
Rip.
scrap that
All right.
idea.
All right, so far we've seen some great racing in this series so far. Travis Manning really coming out on top, being the powerhouse once again in the Motor City Series. Last season we were the Motor City Cup. We were running Gen 6, open Gen 6 setups, Gen 6 cars, and he had an absolutely phenomenal season there, and it looks like it's going to shape up for him to have another phenomenal season once again.
Yes, the points are really tight here at the early seasons. We've seen Rob Collier have some good runs. We've seen Brad Haldane have some good runs. We've seen Scooter B. He got a podium there at Daytona. Ran pretty good there last week at Vegas. See if he can keep that momentum rolling. I believe you're right, Tom. I think these Imperial guys are going to be giving Travis Manning a run for his money here tonight at Auto Club. It's going to be a great race. I think we're going to see lots of strategies involved. I think we might see a little bit of four-wide action here early in this race. It's going to keep us on the edge of our seats. Hopefully I got a voice left for the end of this one. It's going to be wild here, Tom.
Yes, absolutely it is. But look at this. Travis Manning in the chat had to get up for a minute. I'm in there now. All right. Well, Travis, you're listening to the stream. So, here we go. All right, Travis. Look, I saw you in the chat. I saw you in the waiting room. I think, why not? You know? But,
I
Travis...
heard you guys say something.
Travis, this is Thomas, Dallas, and Jay in the booth. Hey, look, you come out in qualifying, you qualified P2. How are you feeling about tonight? You've had a really strong start to the season. How do you feel about Auto Club and the 100 laps that we're doing here tonight?
Yeah, I'm confident. You know, the hot streak has to come to an end at some point, so you know, there's always a chance it happens tonight. But yeah, just worry about keeping the truck clean. This is a tough race. Lots of drafting, lots of tight racing. So don't expect anything to be easy. But the 28 Cruising Q's Ford F-150 is feeling pretty good tonight.
Also, I saw that you have your teammate in here, Chad Gwinnigsman. You guys were planning on working together here?
I mean, with the draft being a thing, I don't see why we wouldn't. I gotta get it down there and talk to him because it seemed like he popped in as I was getting sat down and settled in. So we've got to see it in there and talk. But yeah, for sure. I mean, this is just Daytona and Vegas all over it again. So it's gonna be pretty tight racing. Tire fall off's a little more prevalent here, so we should maybe see some field breakaway. But with the temperatures being cool, I'm not too sure. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Well, look, that's all I got for you, Travis. Jay or Dallas might have something for you. Go ahead.
Yes, Travis, with this race being 200 miles, what is your strategy? Maybe without giving away too much. We know that the competitors might be listening. What are you looking at strategy-wise as this race progresses?
Take your time, nothing crazy. I've done a couple races this week, and there's a lot of insane moves that clean guys out within the first 10 laps. So 100 laps, nothing crazy. Let's just survive. Let's get to our last pit stop, and let's do something. Just don't get caught too behind because it is really hard to pass here.
Alrighty. Well, that was my question for you, Dallas. If you have a question, here you go.
No, it just sounds like typical Travis Manning. Patience. Very methodical in everything that he does. I've learned a lot riding behind Travis Manning. Didn't do too much riding in front of him, so you do learn a lot when you're riding behind him. So best of luck to you tonight, and the return of Chad Gwenningsman. This is exciting. We weren't expecting this tonight. We were just talking about how we haven't seen Chad in a while, and then Chad pops up. So it should be a good race tonight, and good luck to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. That was Travis Manning there, having a phenomenal start to the season so far. Look, we've got just about 1 second left in warm-up. We're about to go grid here with these guys, and we're going to go racing. So, with that being said, we'll see this warm-up finish up, and then we'll watch these guys go on to the grid, which is happening now. Let's pull up your grid info for tonight. On pole, Joshua Daniels in the number 77, starting P1, with Travis Manning on the outside of him in the number 28, starting P2.
Starting P3, that's Adam Parks in the 069. And outside of him, starting P4 in the number 24, that's Jordan Whiting.
P5, Thomas Ferreira's taking off in the number 43 truck, and right alongside him in P6 is Kyle Hendricks in the 69 truck.
Cameron Keeley in the number 63, starting P7 tonight, with Chad Gwenigsman in the number 97, starting P8.
Starting P9, that's Scooter B in the number 1 truck with Rob Showtime Collier starting P2.
P11, we got Bad Brad Haldane in the 39 truck, hailing from Good Nation up north in Canada. Right alongside of him, Nick Renner in the 71 truck.
All right, that is your top 12 here for tonight. And we will be getting these guys ready to go and ready to hit the green flag. All right, so look, we've got some of the best drivers in the business here tonight on iRacing going around Auto Club. We're going to be seeing lots of strategy. We're going to be seeing lots of great 3, 4, 5 wide racing, all the best that Auto Club can deliver for us. And it's going to be insane. But Jay, let's do it. Let's get this done. Any last thoughts?
Yes, the Auto Club 200. This is going to be fantastic. We got 100 laps on deck. We're going to see some strategy. Watch out for some of these fast guys up here at the front. Blue, we got some fast guys in the back. Full field of cars. 3, 4 wide racing. Duking it out. Wheel to wheel. Door to door. This is going to be fantastic racing. The best iRacers in the business, open setup truck racing here with the Nexus Motor City Cup. Round 3 of the 2024 racing season.
Yeah, we got a lot of parity in the field tonight. This is going to be very interesting. We should see some new names up front that we normally don't see. And Jordan Whiting's going to be super fast tonight in that Hot Wheels truck. Hot Wheels isn't the only thing that's making that truck fast. Jordan Whiting is a quick driver. Expect him to be in the running tonight as well.
Absolutely, lots to look forward to here. I mean, we've got Kyle Hendricks, again, Chad Gwenigsman, all up in here. Some great competitors. You see him every now and again. We saw Chad a lot when we had that Gen 4 series around, and was a great competitor there. Won races as well. So it's going to be very exciting to see what Chad can do here tonight in that number 97. As we've got a couple new faces too, so it's going to be great. We're going to be seeing lots of new faces up in front, like previously stated. We're going to be seeing some of the old timers up front as well. So, with that being said though, we're about to roll off of pit road. And yeah, I think at least I think it's time for them to pull down on the belt straps, make sure they get their steering wheel on tight, and get ready to go. We are rolling off of the grid. Once again, your pole winner for tonight, Joshua Daniels in the number 77 Chevrolet Silverado. Coming out here.
Beautiful Dega Boys logo there on the back. I love it. I love it. It's got the Dirt Devil paint scheme with the Dega Boys in the back. Love that paint scheme.
That's got to be rigged. Come on, Dega Boys truck starting on the pole and Dega Boys broadcast. How much you guys pay him to do that? Come on.
I think we got to take a look at Brad Haldane's Dega Boys paint scheme as well here going around these pace laps. That thing looks mighty fine as well.
Now coming down the back straightaway, Travis Manning and Joshua Daniels up front here. Joshua Daniels, what a run for pole tonight. Beating out Travis Manning here in the, and again, insanely good start of the season that he has had going into turn 3 now. Once again, you'll hear it every broadcast. The lights are out on the pace truck. We're going to go green flag racing this time by control to the 77 truck of Joshua Daniels now coming off of turn 4. He'll go into the restart zone and start this field. Pace truck is off of the racing surface and down pit road. Joshua Daniels now in control into the restart zone, and the green flag is out in the air. The 77 going side by side with Travis Manning now across the start-finish line. The 77 didn't get a good of a jump as probably what he would like, but he's going to get the shortest way around the track going down to the bottom. Still too wide. No, excuse me. The 28 of Travis Manning pulls inside now. We're 3 wide back here with Kyle Hendricks off of turn 2. He takes that position. He's into the top 5.
These guys are already pushing, already fanning out here down the backstretch. Here comes Hendricks to the inside of Whiting. And you see Farrer up here in P3. These guys are already duking it out here through 3 and 4. As you're going to get right up to the rear bumper of the 43 of Farrella. But it looks like Daniels in the 77 truck from the pole. He's going to lead. Lap 1 here in the Auto Club 200.
The 43.
Daniels leads lap. Well, go ahead, Thomas. Go
Sorry.
ahead. Take it away.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, we got Daniels taking the lead going into turn 1 in front of Travis Manning. Top 2 fielding it out, but we got Kyle Hendricks sneaking into the inside of Ferreira as they go through 1 and 2. Ferreira's going to have the run on the top side. Hendricks trying to keep him tight. Hendricks will not get the run. Ferreira keeps the momentum going on the outside as they head down into turn 3.
Now into turn 3, still side by side with the 69 and the 43. Kyle Hendricks on the inside trying to find the shortest way around the track, and he is going to complete that pass. Kyle Hendricks back into the top 3 now, where it seems most familiar for him. Now coming down the front straightaway, the 43 and the 24 is going to follow real tight in line, as now we're getting a battle for the lead. That's Daniels on the outside, Manning on the inside. Going into turn 1, Manning's going to take the shortest way around the track. And off of turn 2, it looks like he's just almost going to clear him here. And the 77's going to come back down the back straightaway. A classic drag race here at Auto Club.
We're still side by side here for the lead. Manning on the inside, Daniels on the outside. Here comes the 69 of Hendricks. Where does he take the run? It looks like Manning's going to continue this momentum on the inside. Can he clear him off at turn 4? He does nearly clear him. He does. As we got a crossover. Here comes the 77.
Daniels crosses over to the bottom of Manning as they come across the start-finish line. Give that lap to Daniels, I believe, as they come across the start-finish line. Daniels now clear of Manning as they go into the corner. Manning trying to keep the momentum on the high side with Hendricks right on his tail. Coming out the high side. Daniels slides up the block, coming off of the corner, killing the momentum of Daniels in his top 3. 1, 2, 3 in a single file. Daniels, Manning, and Hendricks going into 3.
Now coming down the back straightaway, we got the 0-2 of Rob Collier looking to make a move on Chad Gwenigsman. Into turn 3, he's to the inside of Whiting. What a move by the 0-2 now to come off of turn 4 and try and make that pass work. The 24 loose off of turn 4. He's going to lose a little speed here as Rob Collier does take over that P5 position across the line and into turn 1.
Wow, what a move there by Collier. He moves himself up to P5 as Daniels retakes the lead from Manning last time by. He's going to continue to lead here off of turn 2. Here comes Farah to the inside of Hendricks.
Farah trying to make the move to the inside of Hendricks, coming off of 2. Hendricks did not get the run he wanted to as they come off of 2. Ferreira to his inside. They are even going into turn 3. Ferreira has the bottom. Will he take the slide up in front of Hendricks? It looks like he's going to stay to the bottom, but Rob is right on his rear end as they come off of the corner. Rob to the inside of Ferreira now. Ferreira washes up high. These guys are going to go side by side as they come across the start-finish line.
Now side by side, Rob Collier to the inside, the 43 of Ferrara on the outside. He's getting all the help in the world now going into turn 1. It's not gonna be enough as now the 69 looks to the inside. That's Hendricks following his teammate of the 0-2, Rob Collier. Off at turn 2, Rob Collier does make that pass and finds himself into the top 3. Coming down the back straightaway now, we got another battle for the lead. Joshua Daniels to the inside of Travis Manning into turn 3.
Looks like Daniels is going to hold this lead as Manning's looking to the outside. He's going to try to get there, maybe a little side down. He's in the wall off the front stretch. Here comes Collier sideways. They are going to be fanning out here across the line as Daniels continues to lead.
Manning got tight as they came off of 4, washed up into the wall. That'll give Rob Collier the run on the outside. Drop Manning back to P3. Rob Collier passing Manning on the high side with Kyle Hendricks right to his outside. Rob Collier trying to keep the momentum to the outside. Manning does gain a little bit of ground on the corner, but Rob will keep the outside going with Hendricks to his outside. Coming into turn 3.
Now coming into turn 3, still side by side with Manning. Rob Collier on the outside, the 28 on the inside. Kyle Hendricks is sitting there lurking, maybe trying to take it 3 wide off of turn 4. Not going to happen this time by, but the 0-2 still stuck on the outside versus the 28 coming across the start-finish line now, and it looks like Manning does hold on to that P2 position.
Showtime, doing Showtime things, making it work on the outside. I think Hendricks is in the wall there. Here comes the 24 of Whiting. He's looking to the inside. It's not going to materialize as we're still side by side. Manning and Collier here off of turn 2.
Collier's absolutely driving this thing crazy as he comes over the outside. Manning, you got a very strong truck to keep holding into the bottom. Decides to slide in. Top 6, 7, 8, all single file as they come down into 3 and 4. I wonder if people are just going to hold off, kind of reset their boundaries and figure out what's going on here before they start making moves. Get a top 5 single file coming off of turn 4.
Rob Collier looking to make a move here on the leader. He does. He pulls out. He's to the inside of the 77 now. Coming into turn 1, Rob Collier trying to do what Travis Manning did here and take that position back. And looks like he is very close to be able to get it done here off of turn 2. Here comes Kyle Hendricks. No, he still decides to stay behind his teammate now. Manning back to P4 as they all find themselves in a single file line into turn 3.
Here comes Collier back to the inside. Manning goes way to the outside, ripping the boards up here. As Collier's trying to make a move. Here's Hendricks. Does he work with Collier here? As Daniels doing a fantastic job controlling this race. Still side by side. As no, Daniels takes the lead across the line.
They are all weaving on the front stretch, coming across the line, trying to break the draft from the truck behind them. They are going, fanning out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide into the corner sometimes. Rob Collier dips it back down to the inside, trying to get that bottom lane to work, but that top side seems to keep holding the momentum. Daniels keeps the run going on the outside, but that allows Hendrick to get to the bumper of Collier coming to the inside, coming into turn 3.
Now coming into turn 3, look at this run that the 28's got. Let's see where he goes with it. To the outside. He's going to rip the fence once again. Rob Collier following in the tracks of the leader of Joshua Daniels now off of turn 4. And let's see what the 28 can do here. It's going to be very interesting the run he gets. He does get a run to the outside of Rob Collier. Your top 3 still duking it out here on lap 11 at Auto Club.
Yeah, and here comes Chad Gwenningsman. He's to the inside of Kyle Hendricks here. That's for P4. Where did he come from? He's got shot out of a cannon. As it looks like Manny's going to get a big run here off of turn 2. He's going to kind of take that spot away from Collier down the back.
Collier got tight coming off of 2. That allowed Manning to keep the momentum going on the outside. Give the position to Manning as they come into turn 3. Fanning out again. We have Kyle Hendricks in the wall, scraping the wall as he come down there. That's going to cause him to lose momentum. He's going to lose the position to Jordan Whiting. Drop Hendricks back to 6 as they come off. Whiting now into the top 5.
The 97 trying to look to the inside of Rob Collier off of turn 4. Does not happen. Coming across the start-finish line, that 69 of Hendricks now up to, or down to P6 as Jordan Whiting and Chad Gwenningson does make that pass on him. And you can see here through turns 1 and 2, the 69 falls in line with the 24 as Rob Collier and Chad Gwenningsman now goes side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Chad Gwenny's been really quick trying to make a move on Collier. This is for P3. He's going to take it to the bottom. Collier still to the outside. Whiting, he's trying to find somewhere to go. As you see Manning using the outside line, ripping the boards again here off of turn 4. Unbelievable.
Manning's trying to find all the speed he can. Daniels is really strong holding that bottom. Manning trying to figure out everything he can. When we are going 3 wide down start-finish line, we have Gwenningsman to the inside of Collier. Gwenningsman trying to make that bottom work now. Whiting on the Whiting to the inside of Collier. We are up 3 wide again in 1 and 2. Gwenningsman taking the position away from Rob Collier. He will clear him off at 2, put Gwenningsman third.
Now off of turn 2, this really tight pack here as Daniels continues to lead. Rob Collier looking all over the place back here. Let's see if Kyle Hendricks can do anything here on the outside as he might follow in the tracks of 24. No, he doesn't, but look at the 28. He's so high off of the track here trying to make that outside lane work, and it is working for him. He's probably saving a lot of tire as well, running that outside lane, coming across start-finish line. He's going to suck up to the rear bumper of the leader into turn 1.
Yeah, Manning really trying to find some pace up here on the outside line. Daniels throws a block into turn 1. It really slowed down the 28 of Manning, but here comes Chad. Maybe he can get a run here off of turn 2. As your front 3 continues single file here down the back.
Running single file allowed the top 2 to pull away slightly, but that block has brought Gwenningsman back into the hunt. The top 3 starting to pull away now. Gwenningsman slowly catching out of the top 2. Manning trying to run that high side, trying to get it to work. But Daniels is going to slide up again coming off the corner. Top 3 still Daniels, Manning's, Gwenningsman as they complete lap 14.
Coming across the start-finish line now, that 28's going to get right back to the rear bumper of your leader of Daniels, now into turn 1. Let's see what happens here as the 77 tries to block that line on the outside lane. He is now running Manning's line now through turns 1 and 2 and really puts a hurt on him as well, giving him that dirty draft coming through 1 and 2, now down the back straightaway and into 3.
Here comes Manning. He's going to go back to the outside. The 77's going to give it to him to Chad. Just sent it in here in a turn 3 on the bottom. Can he get the momentum off the corner? It doesn't look like it's going to work out for him. Daniels is doing a fantastic job controlling this race from the front.
Daniels having that clean air can kind of dictate what everybody has to do behind him. He knows Manning wants to run that high line. He knows Manning is stronger up there. I don't think Daniels is stronger up there.
Oh, there it goes!
Manning dives it back down to the inside. Fools him as they come into the corner. Manning trying to use that momentum to clear him. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Tries to slide up in front of him. They almost touch, but that gives Daniels the run on the outside. Daniels able to hold the position in front of Manning as they come down into turn 3.
That run that he got off of turn 2 is everything that he needed. You can see Chad Glenigsmith now in that number 97 getting his way back up to these top 2, duking it out, and he's able to do that because of it. Now coming off of turn 4 and across the start finish line, we're going to watch the 28 once again get to the rear bumper of the 77 and try to make a move. Here he comes to the inside in turn 1.
Manning to the inside, going for the lead. Can he drive it in deep enough to clear him off of turn 2? He's to the inside. Can he slide him off of turn 2? He does. What a move. But here comes Daniels with the crossover down the back.
Daniels using the run that he was able to running the top line is able to get back to the inside of Manning. These two are switching position back and forth. Daniels is now going to send it in there, trying to clear Manning as they come off the corner. Manning has the momentum going to the outside. Is he going to be able to get clear? And Daniels does clear Manning, cuts off that run. Manning's now going to push him down the front stretch and go back down to his inside as they come towards the start finish line.
Across the start-finish line, coming down the front straightaway and into turn 1. The 28 to the inside. The 77 to the outside. Oh, the 28 pushes the 77 high. He's going to look to do a crossover move here off of turn 2. Here comes Chad Glenigsmith now. The 77, the 28, side by side down the back straightaway.
Daniels is unrelenting, does not want to give up this lead to Manning. Is he still the inside now? He's going to send it in here in a turn 3. Can he pull the slider back to the 28 of Manning? This is incredible racing. Is now Chad. He's trying to get to the inside of Manning. Unbelievable drive here by Daniels to start this race.
The back and forth between Manning and Daniels and Manning has brought Chad back into the fight as Manning does, again, take it to the inside of Daniels. It looks like he's going to clear him before they even get into the
contact!
Corner. But Daniels gets into the back of Manning. Manning back up into the wall. That allows Daniels to take the lead, and Gwenningsman to take over P2 as they come off the corner. Give Gwennings P2 as they come up down the backstretch.
Down the back straightaway they go now. The 97 all over the rear bumper of the 77 now. Going into turn 3. The top 3 under a blanket right now as Daniels still continues to hold on to the lead. Off of turn 4 now. Here comes the 97 to the inside of the 77. And look at the speed that he has. He's doing a phenomenal job on the inside now. Coming across the start finish line. Gwenigsman barely has a lip on the inside of the 77's rear quarter panel. And now into turn 1, the 97 dives it in deep.
Manning giving the 77 of Daniels a big shove here into turn 1. I don't think Chad's going to be able to clear the 77 of Daniels. Daniels are going to drag race down the back. This is incredible as Manning is going to get a great run here down the back. Where does he take the momentum? Does he help the 97? Does he help the 77?
Looks like the 77 is going to clear the 97 going in the corner. They both take the bottom. That allows Manning to go up high. This back and forth between the top 3 has allowed Collier and Whiting back into the picture. They are almost to the back bumper of Manning as they come off to the corner. Whitings and Manning almost make contact as they come to the start-finish line. That allows Manning to go high, take the pass around Gwenningsman. Now put Daniels, Manning, Gwenningman 1, 2, 3 as they go into turn 1.
Now, through turns 1 and 2, Daniels electing to take the high side, the 97 to the inside of the 28. Those are teammates there going at it here at Auto Club. Down the back straightaway, the 77 has built himself a little bit of a lead here, which is what he needs as a cushion. Now going into turn 3, looks like the 77 is going to use that outside lane, as here comes Rob Collier with a big old dive into turn 3. Not going to make anything happen, though. Travis Manning still on the outside, and the 97 not being able to do anything with that inside run, coming across start finish line to complete 21.
Your top 5 are all under a blanket right here. Here comes Showtime, get back in the mix. Whiting as well. But here comes Manning to the bottom. He's going to get back to the inside of the 77 of Daniels. He's going to drive it in as deep as he can. He's not going to be able to clear him here off of turn 2. It's going to get real tight here.
Manning does get tight, be able to fall back in line behind Daniels as they come off the corner. Meanwhile, the battle for 4th is heating up as Whiting is to the back bumper of Rob Collier as they go down into the corner. Everybody seems to be taking the bottom. Daniels kind of takes the middle line. Everybody else takes the bottom line. And Manning's going to be able to hold it along the bottom, but Daniels is going to have the momentum. Keep Daniels in front, but Manning is able to keep it tight to his inside. They are side by side as they come across the start-finish line. Manning able to keep them close. Manning's going to have the momentum going down into turn 1. Manning's going to try to see if he can clear him going out into turn 1.
Now through turns 1 and 2, the 28 tries to push the 77 high. We're real close for the lead here. Here comes Quinnigsman now. Off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. It's real close. Unbelievable what the 77 was able to do on the outside of the 28. We're still side by side now. Going into turn 3. 77 to the outside and the 28 still on the inside.
This is what Manning wanted in this 28 truck. Can he clear him off of turn 4? He does! Manning's your new leader. Does the 77 Daniel sideways off of turn 4, but he's not going to be able to make the crossover move happen. Manning is your new leader here, lap 24.
Manning able to clear Daniels and get him loose as they come off the corner, killing that momentum.
Oh!
Manning tries to make a block, gets loose, goes up into the fence. That almost Daniels did once again clear through on the inside. Daniels now clear by a truck length as they come off the corner, but Manning with the momentum trying to dip it back down to the inside. They almost made contact. That puts Rob Collier in contact again as they go down the back stretch. These absolutely duking it out as they come down into turn 3, putting Manning back in front of Daniels.
The 77 all over the rear bumper, the 28 once again through 3 and 4, and it looks like the 77 is going to lose a little time to the 28 here as it made big contact coming down the back straightaway. Rob Collier now to the inside of Chad Quinnigsman back here as he's trying to make a move for the podium position. Side by side now, and the leaders are going at it once again into turn 1. Here comes the 77 Diamond team. Here comes Rob Collier to the inside. Unbelievable, 3 wide for the lead.
Unbelievable as Manning and 77 Daniels are unrelenting, but Manning's going to get a great run here off of turn 2. He's going to retake the lead. Daniels does not want to give this up. He's fighting with everything he's worth. Down here into turn 3 now. Here comes Collier.
With the leaders duking it out, that allows Rob Collier, who's been riding around with his fresher tires, to be able to hold that bottom line better, try to make that inside line work. Meanwhile, Daniels able to get to the inside of Manning. Manning chops his nose off, able to go back down to the inside. Give Manning all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack, keeping Daniels and Quinnigsman up to the high side. Daniels, let's see what Daniels does, trying to come into the corner. Daniels trying to get to the inside of Manning. Meanwhile, Rob Collier's back to the inside of Daniels as they come off of turn 2.
Off of turn 2 now, Rob Collier seems to be turning it up, as so does the 28, Travis Manning, getting that lead that he wants now as the 97 now gets to the rear bumper of Daniels now into turn 3. Rob Collier and the 97 of Quinnigsman now side by side through turns 3 and 4, and it looks like the 97 is going to be looking to the outside of the 77. He's there! We're 3 wide for P2 now, coming across the start-finish line.
3 wide here across the line. We got Collier, Daniels, and Quinnigsman into turn 1. Someone's got to give. Collier maybe contact with Daniels. Who's going to be aggressive? Cat and mouse here on turn 1. Looks like Collier's on the inside. Still 3 wide here off of turn 2.
Collier trying to make that bottom work, but he's not going to be able to clear Daniels. Meanwhile, Quinnigsman on the top side of Daniels, able to keep that momentum to the outside. Daniels and Quinnigsman now side by side, going to clear Collier as they come down into turn 3. Daniels puts the block on Collier, getting all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Chad's going to keep the momentum going on the high side. Meanwhile, Matt running up high. These guys are all under a blanket as they come off of turn 4.
Here comes Quinnigsman now into second place. He finds himself behind his teammate, ripping that outside lane going into turn 1 now. The 77 of Daniels struggling to hold on with these guys in front of him as he's now going to be coming under attack by Rob Collier and Jordan Whiting. This is your top 5 right now in the race, and they're putting on a heck of a show now. Coming down the back straightaway, Rob Collier, Jordan Whiting going a little bit side by side there, but they figure it out. Into turn 3 they go. Off of turn 4 now, looks like the 28 of Manning still holding on to that lead. The 97 holding on to P2. The 77 holding strong on the rear bumper of the 97. He might be making a move here now into turn 1.
As they come down into turn 1, Manning able to keep the lead out front. Quinnigsman putting the block on Daniels. Daniels trying to make the move to the high side. I don't think he's going to have the momentum as Quinnigsman able to roll that middle of the corner very well. Meanwhile, Whiting to the inside of Rob Collier was able to clear him for a second, but Collier taking that momentum back to the outside, keeping it to the outside, able to regain 4th position as they come down into turn 3.
Now into turn 3, Rob Collier does take that position, going back up front here. We got the 77 ripping the outside just as Travis Manning is, as the 97 is taking a little bit of a different line now across the start-finish line. Manning still leading this race, 29 laps of 100 complete here tonight at Auto Club.
Top 3 single file as they come back down into turn 1. They're all running a very similar line, probably just trying to ride around a little bit after racing really hard, knowing that those people with the drivers in 4th and 5th were catching back up to them. They are starting to put the gap away as they go single file down the backstretch.
Yeah, down the backstretch, Manning doing a fantastic job controlling this race like Daniels was the beginning, but here comes Chad, still trying to roll this momentum here through the turn. As you see Daniels, he is still fighting hard on this outside, trying to get back to the front of this field.
Yeah, Travis Manning able to keep the lead as they come through and complete lap 31. Meanwhile, we got Rob Collier's down pit road. We got pit stops starting early, guys.
Great. This is the strategy taking part now. A third through the race, and Rob Collier electing to come down pit road. Greg Court now coming down pit road as well. Oh, something happened up here. The 28 of Manning must have gotten into a wall there a little bit, and Chad Gwenigsman now leading this race in the 97. The 77 of Joshua Daniels, P2. Jordan Whiting finding himself in the top 3 now as Travis Manning goes all the way back down to P4.
Yeah, unbelievable there by Manning. It looks like Collier's going with the shortcut. We're closing in on the 1/3 mark of this race, but Manning back here to P4. Look at Whiting. He's up to P3, but Chad leads this race into turn 1.
It'll be interesting to see how Rob's strategy works. He is just able to exit pit road, leading a bunch of cars down pit road. Now with pit strategy starting, interesting to see how the Manning team of Gwenigsman and Manning with their pit strategy to see if they're able to counteract with Rob. Meanwhile, Chad is still able to keep the lead now by 2 car lengths in front of Daniels as they come down into turn 3.
Into turn 3 they go. This is Travis Manning now gonna rip the outside, trying to get that position away from Whiting here. Jordan Whiting off of turn 4. Not gonna happen this time, but he's gonna get a little bit of a run now. Coming down the front straightaway, he's gonna look to the outside, across the start-finish line, side by side for P3.
Here comes Manning rolling this outside line. It looks like he's going to get to the outside here of the 24 of Whiting. Whiting's going to take it to the bottom. But Manning going to carry this momentum here off of turn 2. We're going to have a little bit of a drag race here off of turn 2. Here comes Manning and Whiting side by side.
Now coming down the back straightaway, the 28, Travis Manning completing that pass on Jordan Whiting into turn 3 on the outside. What a run he had there, as now they're going through 3 and 4. The 28's already caught the 77. Here comes the 24 back. He's not going to get anything done there, as he doesn't have the run as the 28 does. Now coming across start-finish line, we got more pit stops happening. Cameron Keeley, Scott Bellum, Dave Farrella, Dalton Powell all down pit road.
Here comes Manning to the outside. He's got some rolling here up on the outside, finding that momentum. He's going to close right to the bumper. Oh, Chad sideways. Full drift, maybe into the wall over turn 2. Manning's going to shoot to the bottom. This is crazy. As long as you see Chad losing a little bit of time here. Here comes Manning here into turn 3.
Manning taking full advantage of that, able to clear Daniels as they come down into turn 3. Chad recovering well, able to pull away slightly from Manning, but Manning's got a fast truck. He pulls it down to the bottom. Manning coming down pit road, bringing Daniels and Whiting with them. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th pitting right now.
Okay, big moves happening here in the race right now. Some strategy playing out with these guys. Chad Gwenigsman still out. Kyle Hendricks still out. Bill Daniels, Thomas Ferrara. That right there, you can see Collier going right by the 97 of Gwenigsman. You can see how much new tires mean here. In Rob Collier getting his lap back the old-fashioned way. And he's going to get that, or try to get that undercut completed against the guys in front of him. Right now, we'll see how Rob Collier comes out versus everybody who pitted. It looks like the 97 of Chad Gwenigsman is now pitting, and we'll see him come down pit road. So that'll take the lead to Kyle Hendricks, who is also coming down pit road. Bill Daniels, Thomas Ferrara coming down pit road.
Mass pit stops happening here at Auto Club. We'll see how this all cycles out. We saw Collier with the undercut. We'll see how this plays out as this run progresses.
Collier is now the first car on track that has pit. He is currently P6, but with the leaders coming down pit road, we expect Collier to retake the lead position. As he comes down to turn 3, we will watch the gap as he exits 4 this time by.
the gap between himself and Travis Manning. 3.1 seconds now. He did get a lot of time by doing that undercut. He was probably a second behind Travis Manning, not a second, but still some time behind Travis Manning, as you can now see Rob Collier leading this race. Chad Gwenigsman coming out on pit road right now. There goes Travis Manning. That's P2 right there. Isaac Singleton in the number 95. He's going to go around now and claim that P3 position. Off of turn 2 now, we got a bunch of people coming down the back straightaway as Joshua Daniels, Steven Downton, the 63, 97, and 24 all bunched up 3 wide into turn 3.
Yeah, we're still 3 wider into turn 3, but there's Daniels and Whiting did not execute on pit road as good as Manning did. They lost a lot of time here to your leaders, but we're still side by side. Daniels on the recovery trail as you see Whiting to the inside of these boys here across the line.
Keeley down to the inside of Daniels. Keeley trying to make his name noticed tonight as he's P4. He is able to clear Daniels as they come down into the corner, but Daniels holding that momentum high on the middle line. Able to keep Keeley down there, causing Keeley to get a little bit of tight. Daniels is going to use that momentum along the outside, exiting 2, and is going to be able to take the 4th position away from Keeley as they come down towards turn 3.
And here comes the 77 now, coming down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Almost contact there between himself and the 63. They straighten it out. They're 3 wide right now for P4 as Jordan Whiting's down to the inside. He's going to make that pass work. He passes 2 cars in one corner. What a move by the 24. Coming across the start-finish line now. We're still 3 wide for P5.
As they come down back into the corner, Gwenigsman back down to the inside, is able to clear Keeley again. Keeley now falling back. He is now the last car out of this group of 4. Put him back down to 7. Gwenigsman to the inside of Whiting, who was just able to make that move work. Gwenigsman got the car underneath him as they come down into turn 3. We'll see what move Gwenigsman's make.
Into turn 3 now, the 97 trying to make something happen here to get himself around that 24 car. And off of turn 4 now, Jordan Whiting holding strong onto that P4 position with P3 just in front of him. That's Isaac Singleton in the number 95 coming across the start-finish line. The battle for P3 is just now heating up into turn 1.
Singleton holding strong on the top line, but Whiting's going to dip it down to the inside as Gwenigsman in tow. Whiting trying to make that bottom lines work. Gwenigsman holding right behind Whiting as they come down. Whiting going to get to the inside of the 95 as they come down. Meanwhile, Gwenigsman going to use that momentum. Going to ride right behind the 95, trying to clear the 24 as they come down into turn 3.
3 wide, almost there now into turn 3 and through turns 4. Jordan Whiting holding strong once again, getting that pass complete and taking over P3. Chad Gwenigsman cutting off the nose of the 95 off of turn 4 across the start-finish line. Let's see what Gwenigsman can do now coming into turn 1.
Yeah, Whiting was able to make that pass for P3 look easy, but Gwenigsman sends it back down to the inside of Whiting. Going to hopefully try to slide up. He is going to give him the gold slide job as they come out of turn 2. Whiting washes up in front of the 95, with the momentum now with Daniels behind the 95, was able to make that strong one work. Daniels carrying that momentum down the backstretch as they come down into turn 3. Daniels is going to send it to the high side, while the 3rd, 4th, and 5th keep it down on the low side.
Now coming off of turn 4, Chad Gwenigsman off of 4, still holding on to that P3 position. The 95 doing a fantastic job to hold on to that P5 position at the moment with the tires that he has. The 77 looking high here now. That's Joshua Daniels to the outside of the 95 now into turn 1. Let's see what he can do here off of turn 2.
Yeah, we're side by side, Singleton and Daniels, as Daniels is trying to follow. Oh, so close, he might have grabbed some wall there off of turn 2, as Chad continues to lead these boys in P3. Here comes Whiting and Daniels, still side by side with Singleton.
Singleton falling back behind Daniels now. As the battle for P3 is really heating up. Gwenigsman and Whiting holding strong. Whiting trying to reel Gwenigsman back in as Gwenigsman got the momentum off of turn 4. Meanwhile, Daniels is reeling in Whiting. Daniels carrying that momentum strong down the front stretch as they go single file across the line. Whiting looking down to the inside of Gwenigsman. Everybody washes up high. And now he tries to ride right behind Gwenigsman, and Daniel goes high on Whiting as they come through 1 and 2.
As this is happening, we did have a pass for the lead. Travis Manning to the point once again. Rob Collier time ran out there as the old tires and the undercut have given up. A great run so far by Rob to get himself up there. But now Travis Manning with those fresher tires getting it done here at Auto Club. We'll go back to this action here for P5.
Yeah, Daniels now to the inside of Whiting. We're side by side here across the line. These guys have been battling it out all race long. As it looks like Whiting's going to take advantage near contact here into turn 1. Still side by side.
Joshua Daniels holding it tight against Jordan Whiting as it comes down through the corner. Daniels absolutely sends it in there. He's going to slide up in front of Whiting and clear him by 2 trucks as they come off of turn 1.
Oh, the
Whiting
95!
now going to use some momentum. We hit the 95 up in the wall as they come off the corner, and that allows Cameron Keeley to slide on through. Whiting now using that momentum, riding right behind the 77 as they come down into turn 3.
Now through turns 3, the 77 the 24 rolling in the line of the 77, as now it looks like the 97 of Chad Gwenigsman getting into a little bit of lap traffic here. This could mean trouble for the 97 going into turn 1 as the 77 and 24 continue to duke it out. Now going into turn 1, it looks like Jordan Whiting might be trying to go underneath the 77. He's not there through 3, and now off of 4. Daniels holding on to that position as Chad Gwenigsman now is running into lap traffic.
Yeah, Chad getting into this lap traffic to the inside of Ragioni. He was your winner from Sunday's series. He's to the inside. He might be able to clear him here, but the battle is on between the 77 of Daniels and 24 Whiting here off of turn 4.
Now Whiting in this battle with Daniels is really heating up. They got the lap car of Logan Logan on the high side. Whiting going to use the draft of Logan, trying to use whatever momentum he can get to try to clear Daniels. Daniels almost makes contact with the lap car as they come down into turn 1. Jordan taking it 3 wide as they come down through the corner. Daniel arcing that bottom really well. Jordan able to get to the inside of Logan, keep the position for Daniels as he comes off of turn 2.
Now the 24 battling a little bit with the 44. 44 make a wall contact there, and it's not going to help his case any as Jordan Whiting still to the inside. Oh, he's into the wall once more. Now going into turn 3, the 24 does make that pass on the 44 as these guys continue to battle it out. For P4, we're going to go back here to the closest battle on track right now. Kyle Hendricks and Brad Haldane off of turn 4. This is for P9.
Yeah, battle for P9. Hendricks and Brad Haldane. Haldane using the draft of Hendricks here as they're following in the tire tracks of Bellum in front of him. Here to turn 1. Here comes Brad Haldane.
Hendricks sends it down to the ends. Oh, we have issue with Rob Collier.
Rob Collier now going back to P3. Gwenigsman now up into P2. There's something big that happened there with Rob. His tires must be falling off real bad here. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Off of 4 now. You can just see how much slower that O2 car is. It's got to be a tire issue now as he's coming across the start-finish line. Really no damage to the right side of that car. We might just be seeing some tire fall off into turn 1.
Yeah, Collier really struggling here. He's backing up to the 77 of Daniels. Daniels going to use the outside, try to get side by side with him here off of turn 2. As Collier continues to fade as we're going through more lap traffic.
Yeah, able to clear the lap traffic. Daniels is going to ride right behind Collier, and Whiting now coming back into this battle with Collier and Daniels. Rob Collier's tires are falling off. He still tries to make that bottom line work. Daniels struck a lot stronger. He should be able to keep the momentum going on the high side. Trying to get to the outside of Rob Collier as they come off of turn 4. Now he's going to use that momentum, get to the bottom, and go underneath Collier as they come towards the start-finish line. Daniels underneath Collier.
Now to the inside, the 77, Daniels trying to find his way back onto the podium. He's going to shoot to the inside. The 24 helping the O2 into turn 1. It's not going to be enough. Daniels now back into the podium position as he comes off at turn 4. We're going to watch the teammates now battle it out down the back straightaway.
Yeah, side by side down the back straightaway. Here comes Whiting to the inside of Collier's. Collier continues to slip back. This is for P4. P3 is Daniels. It looks like Whiting's going to complete this pass in 3 and 4.
Rob Collier now back to 5th. Those tires are absolutely dead on that truck. He is losing time fast to the top 4. That strategy did not work out as well as he did. Whiting able to keep to the back end of Daniel's zone, riding right behind him in the draft. Whiting now going to keep it right up tight with him, right on the outside. Now, they take the middle line through 1 and 2.
Now through 1 and 2, Joshua Daniels holding strong onto that P3 position as Jordan Whiting continues to chase him off of turn 4. This is your top 5 at the moment. Travis Manning, P1, Chad Gwenigsman, P2, Joshua Daniels, P3, Jordan Whiting, P4, Rob Collier, P5, Cameron Keeley back there in P6, lurking, waiting for something to happen to these guys off of turn 4 now. Joshua Daniels losing a little bit of time to Jordan Whiting now. Coming across the start-finish line, we might see a little bit of a battle here into turn 1.
Yeah, as these guys continue to battle, Chad is eating away at the lead of Travis Manning, so we'll keep our eyes on that as well as Whiting and Daniels continue to battle it out here in 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is a fantastic battle here for 4 as Whiting washes up high. He is going to push the wall as they come off of turn 2. That is going to allow Daniels to pull away now by 3, 4 truck lengths as they go down the backstretch. Whiting absolutely made a mistake there as they come through. Now he's going to try to use that high line, arc it back down to the bottom, try to get some of those momentum back to try to catch the 77 again.
As these guys are duking it out on track, we'll take you to the closest battle on track at the moment. Again, that's Scott Bellum and Kyle Hendricks battling for P8 as we go side by side now off of turn 4. Scott Bellum, Brad Haldane, teammates here, might be working together a little bit now going into turn 1. Scott Bellum to the inside of the 69.
Side by side, Hendricks and Bellum. It looks like Hendricks is going to carry that momentum here off of turn 2. He's going to clear him. But here come the Imperial teammates as Hendricks is sideways off of 2.
Hendricks drove it into the corner. Truck got loose. That allows Bellum to keep the momentum. Riding right behind him, giving him a little bit of a bumper business as they go down the backstretch. Bellum now going to send it into the bottom. Kyle Hendricks able to keep it strong on the outside, trying to ride that momentum through. Bellum keeping it tight to his inside. That's allowing Brad Haldane to come through. Bellum still to the inside of Kyle Hendricks as they come down the front stretch.
Across the start-finish line now, we're going to see Scott Bellum to the inside of the 69. Let's see if he can do anything here into turn 1. He's been diving it deep, but he just doesn't really have the speed or rotation going to the bottom side. Brad Haldane now going to the outside of Scott Bellum. Wow, he's got... Oh, the 69's loose! Here goes Kyle Hendricks. Does he save it? He does! Unbelievable what that 69 was able to do right there as Scott Bellum now and Brad Haldane battle it out for P8. These are teammates, the closest battle on track.
Wow, iRacing top 10 move of the week there by Hendricks. What a save, as it looks like Bellum and Brad Haldane, Imperial teammates, are going to take P8 and P9.
It'll be interesting to see if these guys, now that they've got hooked up, are going to ride together. Maybe try to cut into this gap a little bit. They are 12 and a half seconds behind the leader. Try to just cut maybe a second or two out of this, make the pit stops a little easier. Brad and Scott riding nose to tail as they go through the corner. Brad taking the outside line, trying to ride the momentum to get back closer to Scott as they come out of 2.
Off of turn 2 now, we'll see if that 39 can get a little bit of a run here coming down the back straightaway as he tries to work with this teammate. Going into turn 3 now. Let's watch these guys continue to battle it out here as we've got another closer battle happening on track at the moment. Kyle Hendricks now dropping like a rock with his truck here tonight off of turn 4. Loses positions to the 23, 93, and that 51 is one lap car there.
Yeah, Kyle Hendricks really struggling after that slide he had off of turn 2, fading through positions. But look at Javon. He's moving up towards a top 10 spot. He's hounding Daniels in that 23.
Javon Thompson, slowly but surely, as he always does, making his way through the field, one truck at a time. Javon peeking right to the outside of the top 10, currently in P11, trying to get the momentum down the backstretch to catch up to Bill Daniels. Let's see what he does. Bill Daniels cutting it down to the inside. Javon Thompson going to use that momentum on the high side, try to ride it around. Meanwhile, that lap car, the 51 truck, is right behind Javon Thompson. They're going to ride it bumper as they go down the front stretch. Javon trying to catch back up to Bill Daniels.
Again, this is your closest battle on track right now. The 23 holding on to that top 10 position as Javon continues to chase him down here into turn 1. You can see the fire coming out of the pipes on the 93, having to lift a little bit there. Now, off of turn 2, Javon coming down the back straightaway, losing a little bit of time to the 23 in front of him. Maybe going to get a little bit of a push here by the lap car of the 51. Now going in to turn 3.
Yeah, using the draft of the 23, Daniel's going to take it back to the outside. Can he use the help from the 51 truck as he's going to try and get into a top 10 spot, carry the momentum here off of turn 4, close this gap to the 23, maybe a little sideways.
Javon a little bit sideways as they come off of 4, but he's still able to keep the momentum, still able to ride pretty close distance behind Bill Daniels. Get that big draft as they come back down in turn 1, trying to ride that momentum. Bill Daniels is going to cut off the air as they come down into the corner, taking that high line away from Javon. Now riding in the middle, Javon still has to deal with that dirty arrow, trying to use the momentum coming to the outside. Bill Daniels is able to keep the position.
Down the back straightaway now. Looks like the 93 might have a little bit of a run here. Gonna go into turn 3. Let's see what Javon does here. He's gonna go high. He's gonna go higher than the 23 now. He lost a little bit of time there. A lot of separation between these two cars, but the run off of turn 4 is what we're gonna look for here. And it looks like it's just not gonna... It's gonna materialize. He's getting a little bit of a run here across the start-finish line. Let's see what Javon does into turn 1.
Here comes Javon Thompson to the bumper of Daniels. He did not take it back to the outside like I expected he would, as Daniels is going to continue to be defensive here on the inside line and hold that P10 position off of 2.
Javon Thompson backing up the corners a little bit, being careful not to overdrive it. That lap car still putting pressure behind him. He is not slow by any means. Javon trying to keep the distance between Daniels manageable as they come down into the corner. Javon following in Daniels' footsteps, arcing it towards the bottom. Javon able to keep the momentum going, though, as he closes in about a truck length and a half this time as they come out of turn 4.
All right, as this battle continues on here, we got another battle happening here. This is for P3. At a moment there, we were just about a half a tenth between these two cars. Now coming down the back straightaway, we're going to get to that point once again between these two guys as they go into turn 3. The 24 all over the rear bumper of the 77 now into turn 3.
Here comes Whiting working this inside line, takes it to the white line on the bottom. Can he get a run here off of turn 4? They're going to be side by side here across the line. Daniels and Whiting as they continue to battle.
Whiting got tight off the corner, was able to keep it off Daniels and keep the momentum going. Daniels' momentum was probably killed trying to keep it off the wall with Whiting. Whiting now riding that momentum down to the inside. He is going to send it in on the bottom. Daniels keeping that momentum going on the high line. He's got a huge run as they come off at 2. Jordan's going to try to slide in front of him. He does, but Daniels is going to use that momentum. Slide back down to the inside. Oh, he's going to fall back in line as they go towards turn 3.
What a move by Jordan Whiting there through turns 1 and 2 and into 3 now. The 77's going to look high here on the 24. Let's see if he can do anything off of turn 4. It does not look like it. Whiting having the truck here tonight on old tires. What a move. He finds himself into the podium positions now. Crossing the start-finish line. 41 laps to go here at Auto Club.
Yeah, what a drive it has been for Jordan Whiting tonight. He gets by Daniels, who led a good portion of the beginning of this race. Now into a podium position. As you can see, Chad just up the road. Can they get him?
Yeah, even with these two battling, they are still closing in on Chad. Chad, just a couple of laps ago, was only 3 seconds behind the leader. He has dropped to about 4 seconds now. Whiting and Daniels closing in very quickly on Chad Wenningsman as they come down into the corner. Daniels still trying to catch Whiting as they come off of turn 4.
Off of turn 4 now, the gap between second and third is 1 second. 1 second between these guys now as Jordan Whiting crosses the start-finish line. They're pulling just about 4/10 of a lap quicker than P2 at the moment. And a huge run that these P3 and P4 has to try and catch P2 of Chad Gwenigsman. You can see him right here on screen off of turn 2 now and the gap that is there. And also your track map is up now on the right-hand side of your screen. You can see where these guys are on track as this gap between P2 and P3 continues to decrease.
Yeah, Chad just gets by the lap car there. He's going to move himself past him as we see the lap car hit for pit lane. Here comes Whiting and Daniels. Can they work together to close this gap to the 97 of Chad?
We know that pit stops are coming through. This is about the same amount of laps that Rob Collier decided to come down to. That strategy did not work out. I wonder if people are trying to make these trucks run longer, save the tires a little bit more, so they have fresher tires towards here at the end. Whiting and Daniels still battling it out here as they come off of turn 2.
Now coming down the back straightaway, that gap has now decreased to about three-quarters of a second as Jordan Whiting really putting the hurt on Wenigsman now coming into turn 3. Daniels seems to be just falling in line with the 24 off of turn 4 now as the 24 of Jordan Whiting now coming across the start-finish line. He can see the 97 real close. It's growing in his front windshield. And that gap now, 6/10 of a second between these guys. And last time by 2/10 quicker, Jordan Whiting was against Gwenigsman.
Now the 24 of Whiting really showing his strength here on the long run, closing this gap rapidly here to the 97 of Chad as Daniels continues to follow him, not working together here into turn 3.
Whiting making his presence known tonight, that he is not one who's just going to ride around here. Whiting putting his name in the hat of potential winners for this race if something happens here late. Whiting riding the momentum down to half a second now between Whiting's men. Whiting now able to get a little bit more of that gap, or a little bit more of that draft, as now it's down to 0.4 of a second as they come across the start-finish line.
Now coming into turn 1, Jordan Whiting again about 2.5 tenths quicker last time by. He might be catching him this lap. We'll see now going through turns 1 and 2. That gap is just ever so decreasing now. The gap between first and second, almost 5 seconds, as you can see on the screen. Coming down the back straightaway, the 24 is going to take it to the 97 here real soon in the closing laps.
Yeah, as we're closing in on the 2/3 mark of this race, if you want to split it into thirds, the window is opening. When do we see these guys hit pit lane? Just shortcut your leader. As I believe, was that Manning? Down pit lane? No, it was not Manning down pit lane.
I thought it was too, Jay, as they come down into the corner. Whiting still trying to catch it. Whiting's been able to maintain that gap, keeping it about 0.4 ahead of Whiting. Whiting now riding in the middle as they come down through the corner. Whiting trying to use the momentum with Daniels behind him to try to slowly reel in Gwenningsman, who pulled away a little bit more in that corner. Gwenningsman still's got a little bit more left in the tank as they come down the backstretch.
Now coming into turn 3, last time by identical lap times by Jordan Whiting and Chad Quinigsman. So Chad might be turning it up a little bit here as he comes off of turn 4. You can see nice, smooth, straight. Oh, he gets a little sideways in the wall he gets. Here comes Jordan Whiting now. Let's see what he can do with this little mishap by the 97. Across the start-finish line and into turn 1, that gap now down to 0.3 of a second, and it's only decreasing. Into turn 1 they go. Jordan Whiting to the bottom and the 97 to the top. Let's see what he can do down the back straightaway. The 97's loose again off of turn 4. Turn 2, excuse me, and you can see the 24 has closed that gap now.
Here comes Whiting like a shark smelling blood in the water. Here he is to the inside of Chad into turn 3. Here it is, a battle for P2, side by side. Here off of turn 4. Here comes Whiting.
That again, keeping it to the outside. It looks like that truck is a handful. It gets loose again. Whiting's able to keep the momentum as they ride down through the bottom. He's got the shorter lane as they come across the start-finish line. Whiting to the inside of Gwenningsman. Whiting's probably going to send it deep here into turn 1, and he does, riding that middle lane. Sends it in towards the bottom, keeping Gwenningsman to the outside. Gwenningsman has the momentum going on the high side, but his truck has been loose coming off the corner, and he slides up again towards the wall. Whiting able to keep the position on the inside of Gwenningsman.
This battle rages on. Rob Collier, Isaac Singleton, Brad Haldane, and Javon Thompson down pit road now into turn 3. The 24 diving it really deep. And let's see if he can clear him off at turn 4. It's going to be close, but he's going to do it. Jordan Whiting now up to P2 before pit cycles as the 97 continues to decline on his performance across the start-finish line. Jordan Whiting now into turn 1.
Whiting has got the long run speed. He takes advantage up to P2 as Chad is now fading again back to P3. Can Daniels now pounce on him as he's running P4?
Whiting's truck sure is falling away on him. He is slowly but surely falling away from Whiting. Whiting trying to do his best to catch up to Manning. Manning loving this battle that's been going on. Since these trucks started going after, they have lost 3 seconds towards Manning. Manning able to ride around and do what he can. Whiting's been trying to get one last ditch effort here using that momentum on the top line. Closing in about a half a truck length towards Whiting as they come down the start-finish line.
Across the start-finish line now, Jordan Whiting holding strong onto that P2 position. Cameron Keeley now down pit road. Lots of tire smoke. Lots of lockup. That's going to be very close for the 63 as he tries not to speed down pit road. Scott Bellum also down pit road as well in that number 1 Ford F-150. As we'll go back up to P2 of Jordan Whiting, who is now coming under attack by a lap car. The 44 Logan Raggioni on fresher tires now, coming to the inside of the 24, and he makes that pass. The 24, though, still holding on to P2. Travis Manning down pit road.
That answers my question. I was going to say, are we going to see some undercut strategies? But now here it is, your top 3 down pit lane, your top 4. This strategy game is open. The final pit stop of the race here under green.
Interesting strategies playing out here as we got 31 laps to go this time by. Manning leading the top 4 down pit road. That's going to give Collier one of the first trucks to come down pit road. We'll see if he's able to gain back any of that position that he lost before. But Manning keeping that big lead as they come down pit road.
All right now your leader, Bill Daniels in the 23. Kyle Hendricks back up in a decent spot here, P2 before pit stops. as the number 69 comes off of turn 2. Matthew Cisna finding himself in P3 at the moment. Thomas Ferrara in P4. Travis Manning now coming off of pit road. Where is Rob Collier? Here he is coming across the start-finish line. It might not be enough. Rob Collier trying to take the undercut, and it looks like it's not going to work out for him. Travis Manning already coming back out on track down the back straightaway.
Yeah, what a pit sequence here by Manning. Manning shown all night long that he can execute on pit road flawlessly. He does it once again here with 30 laps to go, coming to get 29 to go here at Auto Club.
Manning came down pit road with a 6-second lead, and that lead over Whiting has now grown to almost 9 seconds. Whiting did not have a very good pit sequence. Manning's lead now very comfortable as he's trying to deal with some lap traffic. Almost gets him in the back of the 50 truck as they come down into the corner. Able to clear him now as they come through 1 and 2.
Travis Manning, what a race so far. He has had an 8-second lead now between himself and relative P2 as Kyle Hendricks now coming down pit road from the lead of the race. He's going to slow that machine down and to pit road speed and see if he can get a good pit stop. But Travis Manning being the class of the field once again. What a strong beginning of the season he has had. We still got just about 27 laps to go here, but still, wow, what a run Travis has had tonight.
Travis Manning has executed the strategy to absolute perfection here tonight. Jordan Whiting with the long run car. Can he have anything to say about it as we wind this race down here tonight?
As we come back into the field, Rob Collier now P3, but he does have much older tires than the people he is racing around. He is able to keep within a half a second of Whiting, but Daniels coming back through another half a second behind him. And right behind Daniels is Gwenningsman. This battle is going to be heating up here shortly for P3.
Now coming into turn 3, the 97 behind the 77. This is your closest battle on track at the moment. Coming off of turn 4, Joshua Daniels still holding strong there in P4. He is currently tracking down Rob Collier for that podium position. As they go into turn 1, Rob Collier about a 10th slower than Joshua Daniels now. And you can see that as he can get closer to Rob Collier through turns 1 and 2. The 97, though, he's coming up.
Yeah, the 97 of Chad shown the short run speed all night long. Can he take advantage? Did not execute on pit road to his liking on these 2 pit stops in this race. Can he get by Daniels? Is he going to draw this gap even closer here through 3 and 4?
Third, fourth, and fifth riding around about equal distance, but Chad is slowly catching in towards the back bumper of Daniels. These guys still riding about a second behind Jordan Whiting, whose gap to the leader has decreased slightly. He's down about a half a second from the pit cycle. Jordan has a fast truck right now, but will he have enough time to be catching Manning?
Now through turns 1 and 2, the 77 last time by just about a tenth and a half quicker than the 02 truck as they're coming down the back straightaway. Now the 97 and the 77 pulling almost identical lap times. Joshua a little bit quicker here in the early run. Now going into turn 3, you can see that gap between the 02 and the 77 really decrease here off of turn 4 now. Looks like the 77 might have a little bit of a run here towards the 02 truck of Rob Collier going into turn 1. Let's see what materializes here for the 77.
Yeah, your 3rd through 5th are here under a blanket. Here comes the 77 to the 02 of Collier. Here comes the 97 of Chad. What do we got run-wise here off of turn 2 as they continue to battle?
They run it up high. Daniels able to get the momentum. Now he peeks to the inside of Collier as they go down the backstretch. Chad to the outside of Daniels. He's going to try to use the momentum. Meanwhile, Rob Collier is slowly fading. Daniels is able to clear him on the bottom as they go through 3 and 4. He's going to be able to slide up in front of Collier, take the air away from him, and that allows Chad to get to the inside of Collier coming off of 4.
This battle here for P3 is now happening. The 77 finding himself on the podium position. Rob Collier right behind the 77 now going into turn 1. Here comes Chad Gwenningsman to the inside of Rob Collier, side by side now. And it looks like he's going to try to go underneath the 77 off of turn 2. Does it happen? No, it doesn't. The 77 still out front. The 97 squeezes his way in between the 77 and the 02. And now we're all in a line here going into turn 3. Rob Collier might be trying to battle back here on the inside.
Showtime Collier trying to battle back to the inside of Chad, but he's not going to make it happen. We're going to continue here. Daniels P3, Chad P4, Rob Collier P5 as we got 24 to go.
Rob Collier trying to keep within this draft as much as he can because those tires are worn out already. Daniels and Wenningsman are much faster than Rob. Rob knows he needs to stay with them as best as he can to have any chance of trying to reel in a podium position. But it looks like Daniels and Wenningsman are going to clear gap Rob Collier a little bit more coming off of the corner. Where it's Daniels and Wenningsman. Nose to tail as they come down towards turn 3.
As they go into turn 3, it looks like the 77 is going to hold on to this position. We'll go back real quick. Cameron Keeley and Scott Bellum now going at it here. Or, excuse me, Isaac Singleton, the 63 and the 95. This is for P6. This is your closest battle on track right now. This is interesting. We got a group of lap cars in between these two guys battling for this P6 position. Let's see what Cameron Keeley can do here. Into turn 1 on the inside.
Now this is going to get tight here off of turn 2 as you see Keeley working this inside line. Oh, Logan trying to go free wide in the middle. It's not going to work, but Singleton's going to hold that position.
Yeah, Logan almost making contact with Keeley as he tried to split the gap between Singleton and Keeley coming out of turn 2. Logan now riding right behind Singleton, trying to give him a big old shove down into the corner. Keeley sending it in on the bottom, not going to be able to clear it. Going to have to try to slide back up with Logan right behind Singleton as they come through. Logan making it 3 wide between the cars as they come towards the start-finish line.
As this battle is still continuing to heat up here. Oh, we got a yellow flag!
Oh, that changes the world.
Matt Yost. Matt Yost down the back straightaway here. Yellow flag out. Looks like he may have just spun off of turn 2. This changes everything. That lead that Travis Manning had, gone. Everybody gonna have one more opportunity to try to fight their way back up to the front. Let's go back and see what happened here to Matt Yost and this yellow flag. As you can see already off of turn 2, it looks like. Matt Yost gets real sideways there, out of shape. Tries to save it on the bottom there, and the caution flies.
It looks like Manning
caught a little bit of
in front
dirty
him.
air off of Manning.
Yeah, I think the air cut him off, and the balance of the truck change causing it to go around there. Interesting. Now that we have, 20 laps to go, it's going to be a shootout with these guys. Expect everybody to come down pit road, throw on a new set of rubbers here, and it's going to be a heck of a battle to the finish.
Yes, absolutely. As you can see, Travis Manning still out front here tonight at Auto Club. 21 laps to go. As we're going to see some pit stops. Let's see who can come out on top here. Remember, races are won and lost on pit road. And Travis Manning really needing a great pit stop here to secure himself on the front row once again on this restart. Pit stops are happening. Here they come.
Yeah, mass pit stops. We got 18 cars on the lead lap. This is going to be crucial. Who can get the right pit stop and the right amount of execution to win this race off pit road can change the whole race right here.
Manning able to keep that gap with having the lap car in between them, so he should have, even if he has a bad pit stop, should be able to maintain that lead. Meanwhile, we got side by side on pit road as they come down in here. Everybody boxing at the same time. Everybody hoping for a good final pit stop here as we dash towards the finish.
All right, everybody taking some tires here. Connor Reed in the chat. Let's go Isaac Singleton. Best do good or buckets are calling your name again. Motor Rampage. Let's go Court. Let's let you. Okay. Motions in the chat as well. Wanting to do some NASCAR stuff. Heck yeah, sir. Travis Manning having a great pit stop here. Jordan Whiting having a great pit stop here. Joshua Daniels finding himself in the top 3. Chad Gwenigsman, P4. Cameron Keeley, P5. Rob Collier. This right here, I believe, is the guy to watch. That short run speed on that O2 car is unbelievable. He is going to be restarting P6, but watch out for him.
Yeah, that's a great pick there, Tom. I was going to say Daniels. We saw how unrelenting he was in this beginning of this race, especially on that short run. Watch the 77, closer to the front than Collier. Can he take advantage?
We'll have to see what kind of truck Jordan has. We know he has a fast long run car, but we are not going to have a long run to end this race. I expect Jordan to be super aggressive here on the start, try to get that track position, and try to hold off Manning if he possibly can.
Absolutely. Lots of great choices here tonight. A lot of good drivers here tonight, especially within the top 10 and really the whole field. Look, this is open setup racing. These guys come out here, build their own setups, and then race them. They have a little bit of opportunity to change up their setups during pit stops. and try to maximize maybe a little bit of short run speed, a little bit of long run speed. But with that being said, looks like we're having these lap cars go around the pace truck, get their drive-by, wave around. That's what it is, wave around. Now, as you can see, the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing, this time by Moto Rampage in the chat. Looking for Court to cook up here. And Greg Court, currently P16, back here with these guys. Hopefully he can get a pretty good finish. Look, the endings of these things are crazy. And we're ready to broadcast it.
Yes, the best iRacers in the business. Open setup truck racing in the Nexus Motor City Truck Series. All of them lined up, ready to go. 18 lap shootout to victory here tonight at Auto Club.
All right, now going into turn 3. All these guys stacked up, ready to go. Travis Manning going to be leading this field once again to the restart zone. The pace truck going to be coming off of the racing surface and control to the 28 truck. Now off of turn 4. 28 and the 77. 77 looking ready to go here on the restart. Into the restart zone they go, and the green flag is out in the air. Travis Manning, what a jump he got there on that restart. That might be everything he needs here towards the end of this race as the 77 and the 24 go too wide, side by side into turn 1, and the 77's going to take the shorter way around the racetrack. He's going to clear the 24. Here comes Rob Collier, Chad Gwinningsman. They're going to come to the inside of the 24. No, the 02 is not going to be able to do anything with that. Now coming into turn 3, Joshua Daniels into P2.
Yeah, Manning building a little bit of a gap, but Daniels throws a block on Whiting. Can they work together to close this gap to Manning? Oh, we're going to go side by side on the turn 4. It's going to bring all 4 of them under a blanket here.
Attack between Whiting and Daniels off of turn 4 allowed Rob Collier and Gwinningsman to come through. Rob Collier with momentum on the inside. Rob Collier trying to come in, trying to take P2 over, and he was just P5 as it came across the line. Collier sends it back down to the inside of Whiting, but Whiting's going to have the momentum on the outside to keep him in second place as they come off of turn 2.
Teammates side by side down the back straightaway now. What did I say about Rob Collier? Watch out for him. He's coming. Now up to P3. Just still. Oh, we got another caution. Isaac Singleton. Oh. Here he is. Right here. Off of the back straightaway, it looked like. Maybe a little help there. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag and see what happened to the 95 truck. Oh, big wreck happened down the back straightaway. Oh, maybe just a little bit of jumbled up off of turn 2. Looks like Brad Haldane came down into the 95. The 39 trying to hold it straight here. As you can see, the 95 shooting straight to the inside walls. Now Brad going completely sideways down the back straightaway. And Isaac Singleton saving his truck, but then here comes Brad. He comes in with the TKO and knocks out the 95. What unfortunate luck for the 95, Isaac Singleton, saving his truck off of turn 2, and then Brad coming in and putting the final move on him as Brad does go sideways. Oh, what a replay.
I don't believe Singleton's going to have to take a backup truck. It didn't look like the damage was too bad, but I'm pretty sure Brad's going to want to take his fast repair and come back out there. When that caution came out, Travis Manning came over voice chat in the race, and he was not too, I cannot repeat the language that he used, but he was not too thrilled that that caution just came out.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be thrilled either. But Stephen Doughton now coming down pit road. Arabia Caton, Dalton Powell, Daniel Maddox, Brad Haldane involved in that wreck. Isaac Singleton involved in that wreck. And the 069 of Adam Parks now coming down pit road. And these guys probably going to take some tires. It'd be interesting to see. Let's see if the 95 maybe takes a quick repair here. He does. Brad Haldane has got to take his quick repair. And there you see he's got a brand new truck now coming out on track in that number 39. He's going to put some fresh tires on it as well. All 4s now going up in the air. And we're going to watch the 39, the 95 come back out on track now for another chance here at Auto Club. 15 laps to go. Travis Manning still out front.
I believe they got 5 extra sets of tires for this race, so this should be, I believe everybody's on set 3, and the people that just came down is set 4. So they only got one more set if there's a late race caution, but these leaders should be set. Obviously not wanting to come down now and give up all that track position, not knowing what's going to happen. So there's not enough laps where I think the people that just came down are going to be able to make up much ground. But again, fresh tires are king at Auto Club with how the tires have been degrading this race.
Yes, absolutely. Typically a pretty hard place for tires. It doesn't matter really what car you bring here, but managing that tire wear is what is key for the long runs. But here in the short runs, you might as well just put the pedal to the metal and see what you can do.
Interesting to see Rob now starting P3. He was P6 on the last restart, and at the lap, he was P2. That truck is bad fast on the short run. Expect him to look aggressive early and try to capture that lead from Manning.
Yep, absolutely. Now going into turn 1. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by Travis Manning. Out front once again. Remember that restart he got? He's pretty good at it. Maybe Rob Collier can capitalize as well behind the 28. See if he can get a good restart on this hopeful final caution.
Yeah, Showtime. Doing Showtime things. We've seen how great he is in the last few seasons of being a short-run race car driver. He's going to have 13 laps to do it. Put your money on Showtime. You make it happen.
Now coming down the back straightaway. Only a half lap to go. Get this race back under green. Once again, going to be seeing this pace truck come off of the racing surface, give control to the 28 of Travis Manning. And then we'll go green flag racing again. Jordan Whiting back on the outside on this restart. He already knows what Travis Manning may do here. It'd be a great time to prepare yourself as you're heading into this restart. See if he can do anything here. The pace truck, though, off of the racing surface. Control to the 28 into the restart zone, and the green flag is out in the air. The 28 once again getting a great restart over his competitors behind him. Rob Collier now on the inside, getting lots of help from the 77. Into turn 1 now, side by side for P2, as Rob Collier now taking it to the bottom, the shortest way around the track. As you can see him, he clears Jordan Whiting off of turn 2. Here comes Daniels.
Comes Collier. He's got a good push here behind Whiting. Can they close this gap in here? Turn 3. Here comes Daniels. Here comes Whiting on the inside.
Collier sends it to the inside, and Daniels sends it to the outside. Whiting, the top 6 is 2 wide each as they come off. Collier able to keep the momentum, keep it to the inside of Manning as they come off of the corner. Give that one to Manning as he's able to complete the momentum on the inside. That's now first he's coming down into turn 1.
Side by side for all 6 positions here now through turns 1 and 2. Rob Collier to the inside of Travis Manning on the outside. He's going to try to make something happen here, but he can't. Jordan Whiting now going side by side with Rob Collier on the outside, and Rob trying to damage mitigate now going into turn 3. Travis Manning back to the bottom of the racetrack as Jordan Whiting continues to battle his teammate off of turn 4.
Travis Manning holding back the world behind him here. We're going to get 11 laps to go here at Auto Club as Whiting and Collier continues side by side.
Whiting has a lot of momentum as they come down. He is close to gap to half truck to Manning as they come down to the corner. Rob sends it down to the bottom, gets tight, has to back out of it. Rob's got all the way back to P4 as they come out of turn 2. Whiting riding that momentum.
Oh!
It make contact with Whiting's men. Rob trying to slide back in. Now Rob's going to drop back even further down to P6 as they come down into turn 3.
Now back up to the front here. The 24's got the outside line. Let's see if he can do anything here. He's got a little bit of a run by the 97 coming to the inside now off of turn 4. The 97 still trying to get something done here. Can't. The 24 shuts the door on him across the start finish line all the way down the front straightaway and into turn 1. The 24 sends it deep into turn 1. Trying to get to the rear bumper. He does of Travis Manning off of turn 2 now. Almost contact off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. away. A drag race ensues. Yellow flag is out.
Oh, we got a massive crash on the backstretch here. A lot of 6, 7 trucks involved in this, I believe.
Oh, big damage by Cameron Keeley. That left front is broke. He's going to have to come down pit road, take a quick repair here. Oh, no. Cautions breed cautions here tonight at Auto Club. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag and see what happened. Oh, we're already seeing it here. Look at that. All right, we'll back it up a little bit. And here we go through turns 1 and 2. That's the 23 of Bill Daniels. He is coming up. Let's see if we get a better picture here. Oh, the 63 is sideways, and the 23 really nowhere to go now as he gives a little bit of a bump to the 63. And the 63 gets real sideways. 23's checking up as much as he can, just nowhere to go. As the 63 now goes around. Oh, the 43 gets involved. The 15 gets involved. Steven Doughton nowhere to go. Huge contact with the 63 as everybody continues to fan out to avoid this wreck.
58 looks like he avoided all the contact. He was able to thread the needle a little bit, but yeah, a lot of damage to all these trucks. More fast repairs are going to be needed. These folks are not going to be happy having to start from the back.
Yeah, absolutely. 63 just trying to limp that truck around right now, trying to get it down to pit road. As you can see, he is coming off of turn 4. Look at this! Rob Collier coming down pit road.
He brings a lot of trucks with him as they come down. It's a big strategy call. A lot of laps run on that last session. Fresh tires we know are going to be king here, and he brings quite a bit of the field with him. That helps Rob. It looks like he's going to, if he comes out first, he should come out P10. So it's big, good news for Rob that a lot of trucks followed him down.
It's going to be interesting to see what he can do, for sure. Starting back here, it looks like it might be P14 now, maybe P15 for Rob. Might have not had a choice now. Now coming off of pit road. We'll see. P15 for Rob. As Travis Manning and Jordan Whiting now make up your front row. Chad Gwenigsman in P3. Scott Bellum in P4. Joshua Daniels in P5.
Yeah, I don't think that caution was exactly what Whiting wanted. He finally built the momentum up, was taking the challenge to Manning. Hasn't got the restarts down here yet tonight. Definitely going to be at a disadvantage unless they can learn something here on this restart to challenge Travis Manning for this win.
Looks like Travis did very similar things on both restarts, so it'd be interesting to see if he changes up to try to fool Whiting, or if Whiting did catch on to that. Travis able to pull away by a truck length and a half at least on both starts by the time he got to the start-finish line, which is huge for Manning. He needs to keep that clean air as much as possible. Whiting's got a fast truck, and he's hungry for a win.
And here's another thing to take in account here. When we go and restart this race, the 28 and the 97 are going to be hooked up on this restart. Those are teammates. They're going to be able to time it just right between them two. Jordan Whiting going to be paired with Scott Bellum on the outside. Joshua Daniels to the inside. He's going to be with the Manning Motorsports crew in front of him. Bill Daniels back on the outside. That's your top 6 going into this race. And if you look at it, lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by. We're going to be going green flag racing with 6 laps to go. Not a lot of time to make something happen for Jordan Whiting. Let's see what he can do here. It's going to get interesting.
We look back in P7. Singleton is all the way back up to P7 from that caution from 2 cautions ago, able to rebound nicely. Meanwhile, Hendricks did not rebound nicely. Not Hendricks. Haldane also able to rebound nicely up to P9. These guys finding themselves in an optimal position here towards the end of this race.
Yes, absolutely. Well, half a lap away from getting the green flag. Travis Manning ready to take it to him. Jordan Whiting ready to take over the lead of this race. It's going to be a little bit tough here. 97 and 28 hooked up on the inside. 24 and the 1 truck. Really got to work together here to try and get as great of a restart as they can. As they're now coming off of turn 4. The pace truck will be coming down coming off of the racing surface down pit road. And the control to the 28 is now into effect. Travis Manning into the restart zone, and the green flag is out in the air. He gets a great jump over the competitors once again. Jordan Whiting, the 97 of Chad Gwinningsman, now side by side for P2 now going into turn 1. Oh, the 97 gets in front of him. Here comes the 77 to the inside of the 24. A little bit of contact made there. They keep it straight. The 24 up to P3 now. Here comes Scott Bellum on the outside.
Yeah, losing time there on that restart was the 24 Whiting, but now Chad is up here to P2. Can he put the challenge to his teammate Manning here?
Yeah, gaining in on Manning as they come down into the courting. Whiting trying to keep in Gwenningsman's footsteps, knowing that Gwenningsman's going to make a move on Manning here shortly. Jordan's rebounding nicely, keeps the momentum coming off. Probably going to try to make a move on Chad here as they come down the front stretch.
Now coming down the front straightaway, Whiting is looking. Let's see what he does now into turn 1. He might take it a little bit inside here. Try to cut off Scott Bellum, who's running the inside now. And off of turn 2, the 24, it's tucks right back inside the draft of the 97. Now coming down the back.
Oh, big wreck.
We got a wreck.
Big wreck.
Daniel Maddox into the wall. Off of turn 2. Another caution flies.
There was another truck that was involved. He got hit really hard. I saw him spinning on the backstretch.
Let's go back and look at this yellow flag involving the 68 off of turn 2. Oh, Kyle Hendricks real sideways there. Oh, big contact with the outside wall. It looks like the 68 really nowhere to go here. Nope, nowhere to go. Makes big contact with the 69, and the 69 is going to come right back down across the racetrack. See if he gets anybody else. Oh, look at Keeley. Oh, look at Ragione. Wow, what great avoidance by those guys.
Yeah, you guys know what this means. We're going to be getting into one of these Nexus overdrive finishes here at Auto Club.
An overdrive finish ready to go and set up here with the Nexus Motor City Truck League here. As Maddox now finds himself coming down pit road. Let's see, Kyle Hendricks down pit road as well. Matt Yost down pit road. Those are the three guys who are taking that opportunity. Maybe get some repairs done, maybe put some tires on. But or out front, Travis Manning still leading this race. His teammate Chad Gwinningsman now P2. He's going to be starting on the outside of his teammate now. A little bit change of pace here. Jordan Whiting going to be restarting P3 behind Travis Manning. We'll see what he can do with that.
Hoping to learn a little bit more on these restarts. He's got him 3 times now. Whiting's going to keep right on him. You know, Gwinningsman and Manning are probably going to go at about the same time, so he needs to keep with him. With only 2 laps, he needs to make that move immediately.
Yeah, this one truck of Bellum has been really quick. I just don't know if there's enough time from P4. It takes a good lap and a half to build that momentum up to make a challenge for the lead. We'll see if Bellum or Whiting can develop something here as we're going into one of these overdrive finishes here at Auto Club.
Bellum in optimum position, though. These leaders get racy and they make some contact. Bellum can swoop right in there. He could easily steal a podium finish away from one of these guys.
Especially with the Eat More Possum Ford F-150 truck that he's got here tonight. Very fast. I said it from the top. Scott Bellum bringing something different here tonight. Just a little bit of tidbit of information that I got before the race. And it's great to see that one truck back up front here, contending for a win. A great sight to see. Now, coming across start-finish line, we're bunching up, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. I love overtime finishes, and this race has been everything and some. Racing today is fantastic. These restarts have been fantastic. These guys are all going to be duking it out. I expect contact. I expect mayhem. And I expect a good finish. As we come down the backstretch here, half a lap to go to take the green white checker finish. We're gonna send these guys out there. Hopefully, make it back to the start finish line. Finish out this race.
Absolutely. Travis Manning, once again, leading the field on this restart. A green-white checkered is what we will see here. And maybe some chaos ensuing. We've seen a great green flag, or lots of green flag, or one really long green flag run turn into a straight of cautions now. But Travis Manning still leading this pack off of turn 4 now. The pace truck diving on down to pit road. Travis Manning getting the control. Oh, and he already started the restart. The green flag is now in the air, and he gets a huge jump over the competition. So does Chad Gwenigsman. A huge gap to P3 now, almost 0.4 of a second, as Scott Bellum now going side by side with Jordan Whiting into turn 1.
Yeah, playing little games here on the restart. Now Whiting's up to P3. Now Chad behind his teammate Manning. Can he make a run?
Yeah, Bellamy slides it right behind Whiting, not going to take the run that he had. Going to try to push Whiting, try to catch back up to Chad as they come down to the corner. Now Bellum sends it down into the inside of Whiting. He knows this is his last chance as we are coming out of turn 4 towards 1 lap to go. Bellum trying to make a final move on Whiting.
Yeah, here we are. The white flag is in the air as Manning is going to lead the field to the white. Here comes Chad, his teammate. Oh, we got a yellow. Is the race official?
Yellow came out right before they got to the line.
Ah. Let's see. Maybe a little contact there with Nate Catilla. Got a little bit of damage on his car. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag and see what happened here. Maybe off of turn 2. Oh, nope, that is the wrong caution. That's the wrong caution, guys. That is the wrong caution. I'm so sorry. All right, yellow flag is out here off of turn 4. So you can see the 63 and the 50 getting a little bit of contact there off of turn 4. Spinning the 50 around as they come off of turn 4. The 63, big contact. Who's at the 58? Is that Court? Greg Court? Yes, it is. Big broke on that truck as well. And carnage. Carnage ensuing.
Cameron Keeley already using his fast repair. He is not going to be able to salvage this finish for a good race.
Oh!
Oh, and he destroyed.
He Larsened
it. Entrance. Was not expecting that. Wow. A whole front end of that truck coming apart. I am sorry to laugh, Cameron, but thank you for the joys of that one.
Channeling his inner Kyle Larson on that one. That was wild here at Auto Club.
Oh, man. All right. We're going to go back into one of these great overdrive finishes. Back again with an overdrive finish here. Travis Manning still leading this field. He's got his teammate back on the outside of him. We saw that little restart procedure that they did last time by. If you're Jordan Whiting, you should probably expect that again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was taken off guard. They do not have the restart line rule in effect for this series, so you can go as soon as the pace truck goes. Anytime between then and when the green flag flies, it opens up the door huge for the two teammates, as you saw that Travis was able to go through, take off, and let Chad slide in right behind him.
Yeah, I think Whiting learned a lot on that restart. I believe Bellum did as well. If Bellum can match the 97 of Chad, maybe they can work together to get a run at the 28 of Manning. I think it's work here to get by that mighty fast 28 of Manning.
See, I don't know if Jordan's learned anything because every single restart's been different. I think Jordan's just learned that you can't trust Travis Manning anymore. Travis Manning is a very unpredictable man, but Jordan's going to be absolutely aggressive. He knows he has the truck to win this. He's been faster than them on the last two on the restarts themselves, just not able to get that takeoff speed. He gets that takeoff speed. We're in for a heck of a finish here.
Yes, absolutely. Well, lights are off on the pace truck. We're gonna go green flag racing this time by. Everybody stacked up, everybody ready to go to finish out this race. And once again, the Manning Motorsports out on the front row. Jordan Whiting and Scott Bellum on the second row. Joshua Daniels and Isaac Singleton in the third row. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see what these guys are able to do here now, coming off of turn 4. Once again, we're gonna watch that pace truck come off of the racing surface, control into the 28 car's hands. We'll see what they do this time, as we saw their cards played last time. Here they come. Green flag is out in the air, and once again, the 28 does get a great jump, and so does the 97 of Gwenigsman. Jordan Whiting.
Massive wreck back here. Massive wreck again. We got a bunch of trucks around.
Yes, we do. Alright, let's go look at this yellow flag and see what happened here. The 44 taking a little bit of a different line here in the restart procedure. Oh, maybe the 27. Oh, we gotta rewind this a little bit. Let's see what happened here. You know, what the heck is going on? So the 44 behind the 27. Looks like he just popped out to try to get a little bit of an advantage there, and it didn't really work out. We're not really appreciated by the 27.
Yeah, I don't know if he meant to. I want to say that he just meant to like slow him down, but it just looked like he flat out turned him. I think Logan was not paying attention, it looked like, and just kind of caught the back of the field too soon and popped out and just went with it. I don't know. That was pretty chaotic. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what to make of that.
Well, enough of that. We'll go back up to the front here as we see Matthew Sissa still out on track here tonight. And we'll go back to the front.
Something to note here is look who's running in P8. The guy that came down and got tires before that first initial overdrive finish, that's Rob Collier. Does he have an opportunity here now?
Also, look at P6. Singleton has made his way back up there. And Haldane, P10. Great recovery by those guys from that first caution. But oh man, what a finish we're expecting here. We are going to make our final attempt at the green-white checkered. So all hands off on this one. Everybody fighting to the finish. This is going to be very, very exciting.
Absolutely. Once again, going into another overdrive finish here with the Nexus Motor City trucks. right, back once again to do another overdrive finish here. Lights are out on the pace truck. We will be going green flag racing this time by. One last chance here to get the final laps in this race. Travis Manning, Chad Gwenigsman making up your front row. Jordan Whiting, Scott Bellum, your second row. And Joshua Daniels and Isaac Singleton making up your third row. Rob Collier back there is what was said previous. Brad Haldane finding himself within the top 10 once again. And we'll see if these guys can get it in. Be able to go green flag racing.
Yeah, it's been a wild turn of events here. We had the first 80 laps of this race green all the way through, and then cautions breed cautions. But here we are, the final Nexus Motor City Trucks overdrive finish here at Auto Club to settle this one out. We got the teammates on the front row.
Absolutely. Now into turn 3. Maybe Scott Bellum and Jordan Whiting here can get a great restart. We'll see here. It's going to be interesting what they do. It's going to be interesting what Travis Manning and Chad Gwenigsman do here on this restart. As we now watch the pace truck off of turn 4 dive on down to pit road. Control to Travis Manning. And the green flag is out in the air. A big bump by the 24 truck to the 28. And once again, the same procedure by the 28 and 97 ensues. The 24 and the 1 truck now going side by side into turn 1. Joshua Daniels diving it deep into turn 1. They're 3 wide, almost 3 wide here. Jordan Whiting to the outside. The 77 to the inside. Now coming down the back straightaway. And it looks like Jordan Whiting's going to take that P2 position. Let's see if he can do anything here into turn 3. Here comes Scott Bellum.
Daniel's not interested in working together to try to catch the leaders. He wanted it all, and that's going to cost him. They send it down in there. Bellum to the outside of Whiting as they come off of turn 2. Whiting trying to grab everything he can to try to catch Chad. Whiting with the momentum and trying to get to the inside of Chad as they come across the start-finish line to start the final lap.
The white flag is in the air one more time around here in the Auto Club 200. Manning leads them all down here to turn 1 as he got Bellum to the outside. Here comes White into the inside of Chad. Oh, contact is made. Chad is sideways. We're 3 wide over turn 2. Chad is in the wall. Bellum's in the wall. Here comes Daniels to the inside. Unbelievable what we're witnessing here down the back as Manning stretches his lead out on the field. Down here to turn 3 for the final time. Daniels in P2. Here comes Showtime. Where did he come from? Is it going to be, contact Collier's around, but it's going to be Travis Manning who takes the Auto Club 200 here at Auto Club.
What a finish we witnessed there between multiple trucks. Jordan Whiting and Joshua Daniels rounding out your podium finishes for tonight. Isaac Singleton with a fantastic comeback here coming home P4. Bill Daniels P5. And if we go back down the list here, Scott Bellum finding himself in P21. And let's see where the 97 went. 97 all the way down to P24. Not working out for them tonight, but an unbelievable finish that we saw here. And let's start it. Let's start the interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and bring down Jordan Whiting, your P3 finisher for tonight. Your P3 finisher for tonight, Jordan Whiting. This is Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, what a fantastic race you ran all night long. That 24 truck up front, trying to make something happen, trying to get back and lead some laps here. But talk to us a little bit about those final cautions after the awesome green flag run that was had there and the speed that you had in that truck. But those cautions, the restarts, the games that were being played in front of you, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was my hardest part, was getting that restart down, because every time I would just get stuck way behind them, and I couldn't catch them up with the draft. But my car was really good all race. I mean, it was just kind of up there in the top 5 the whole race. I never really dropped out of it, but I just couldn't get up there with Travis and Chad.
We're watching the restart, the last restart coming off of turn 2 there. You got to the inside of the 97, and you found yourself in a great position to try and make something happen there. What were you feeling? What was the emotions like when you saw the 97 out of your peripherals and just eyes on the 28?
Honestly, I sent it in way too hard, way too hard. I should not have done that, but I just saw a gap. I took it, and it worked out for me, but not for Chad. So, I mean, there's nothing I can really do there except for just accept what happened.
Well, that's from your P3 finisher for tonight, Jordan Whiting. Congratulations on your P3, getting a podium here, and yeah, I'm gonna pass you off here to Dallas and then to Jay here. Dallas, you got anything for Jordan?
Yeah, first off, congratulations on P3. Fast truck tonight. It was fun watching you out there. At times you were faster than Travis. Like if that thing went green to the end, if you've been able to try to reel him in, I'm not sure. But did you learn anything from Travis on those restarts? I know he kept switching things up on you, but is there anything you can take away from that to maybe help yourself out in the future?
Yeah, I saw him going really wide into turn 1. I tried it myself, and that was a really good way to get a run off of turn 2 into the back stretch in turn 3.
Solid. I mean, the learning anything behind Travis is the best thing. I mean, Travis is a great mentor to have, and anything you can learn from him to get better is always a good thing. So that is all I got. I will send you out to Jay.
Yes, Jordan, a fantastic race. My first question for you, though, is how did you find so much speed on the long runs? It looked like you had the outright fastest car on these long runs. You were even keeping lap times with Travis, even running faster than him at times. What was your secret on the long runs?
I was just searching the track the whole time. I was trying different lines. I found one pretty weird one going into turn 1 and 2 towards the end of the fuel run, but I was just all over the track trying to figure out what would work best with the truck.
Alrighty. Well, my final question for you tonight is, who do you have to thank for your amazing performance here tonight at Auto Club?
Hot Wheels.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, congratulations on your P3 finish tonight, Jordan. Definitely a great points day for yourself. Something to be very proud of. And Jordan, we hope to see you in the next one.
See you guys.
All right. That was your P3 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down your P2 finisher of Joshua Daniels. Let's see if we can find him in the chat here. Yeet. Joshua Daniels, this is Thomas, Dallas, and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
First off, all I gotta say is, man, that is a beautiful paint scheme. That is awesome.
You like that?
I
like
love
that,
it.
man?
I'm digging it.
It's not. Now, I'm glad you guys like it. I was hoping you would, man.
Oh yeah. You got lots of camera time, my guy. Lots of camera time.
I was trying to stay in the spotlight.
Well, you did a fantastic job of that. Let me tell you something. That 77 truck was on rails tonight, even taking the pole here at Auto Club. Just coming up one position short, but it kind of looked like things started to unravel for you in that long green flag run. And then the cautions hit, and we saw that 77 methodically work his way back up to the front on that final restart, finding yourself in great position after some last lap shenanigans there, and coming home P2. What was it like going through that final lap?
Well, that final restart, my tires, we got fresh tires, and my truck just didn't feel at home anymore, man. I went into 3 and 4 there, and it got loose and stepped out, and I lost it. But the 4 spots there, it seemed like. But yeah, but then I just took to the high side. I knew not to go down there on the bottom, where it got loose, and I just kept my foot to the floor on the high side, man. Just hope for the best, and it worked out there. I was going to finish 5th or so. Those guys, they all wrecked there at the end. I kind of got lucky there, I guess.
Well, like what AJ Foyt always said, he'd rather be lucky than good, and it works out for you tonight, coming home in that P2 position. A great points day nonetheless as well, and finding yourself battling with Travis Manning for a good part of that race. That beginning and opening laps of this race was phenomenal. It was awesome to watch that up here in the booth. You put on a heck of a battle with the 28. Tell us what that was like as well, fun. Because that was just... to take it to Travis Manning like that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, when you get around good drivers like him, it's just things just happen. You don't even really have to try. It's just kind of like, it just flows, man. You just hang on, and try not to make any mistakes. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, congratulations on your P2 run today. I'm going to pass you off to Dallas and then to Jay, and they're going to ask you some questions. But congratulations on your P2. Dallas, be my guest.
I think.
I was joking with Tom earlier that they paid for you to get on the pole just so that truck gets some extra TV time, but I'm not believing that anymore. You were bad fast out there tonight. That beginning of the first 30, 40 laps of this race was so much fun to watch with everybody going through there. What did you take away from your battle with Travis and how you are as an iRacer, and then what more did you need tonight to get to that finish?
Just a little more practice. Our racing was down. For a lot of the time that I had to practice for this, and then I got called into work. For the other times, and I just I had time to do about 3 races today, and I was just passing through setups. I just got lucky to find the right one. To work. And I got in here, and your guys, the room worked for my setup pretty well. Like it was a little hotter to begin with, and it kept me from getting too loose. But later it got loose. It got loose on me, man. That last run, it just, I kind of wish I would have put a pound in the left rear or something at the end, or maybe left some fuel out of it or something, man. It was pretty tough.
Absolutely. It was so much fun to watch you out there. That battle with you and the air blocking you did for Travis just at the beginning of the race, I tried to keep that track position, was, again, so much fun. It was awesome seeing you up there, and congratulations once again on P2. Well deserved, and I'm going to pass you off to Jay.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yes, what a great run you had here tonight, Joshua. I mean, unbelievable racing. Tom and Dallas kind of asked him a question that I had for you here with the battle with Manning. But nonetheless, beautiful paint scheme. You were definitely a show tonight, but who do you have to thank for your performance?
I would like to thank Dega Boys for putting on a good show, and Nexus for putting on a good league, and my wife Francie. She looks over my shoulder and takes down my tire temperatures and all that stuff, and helps me out throughout the week. And I owe a lot of my success to her.
I gotta get me a woman like that.
Yeah. And I'd like to thank Ryko. I was on Ryko's setup this time.
Absolutely.
It was on rails, you guys could tell.
Absolutely, it was a huge shout out to everybody mentioned in that list. Thank you so much for the kind words. We really appreciate it here on the Dega Boys channel. And Josh, we sincerely hope we see you in the next one.
Oh yeah, man, I'll be here.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight, Joshua Daniels. Now, let's bring down your race winner 3 in a row for Travis Manning. Travis, this is Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Wow, what a race you just put on here. We saw some great battles in the beginning with the 77 truck of Josh Daniels, and then towards the end of that long green flag run, we saw you get up to about a 9-second lead to second place, absolutely putting the hurt on the field, and then the cautions come. And then the cautions come. And then the cautions come. But you hold out! You hold out with some great restart strategies. You go out there, you get the gap between yourself. You have your teammate as well, Chad Gwenigsman. We talked about it at the beginning part of this broadcast about how you guys were going to work together, and you guys executed. You guys did a phenomenal job at the end there, keeping everybody behind you. I mean, just what was that like? The teamwork, the speed, the luck, everything that came along with it. I mean, this was just a phenomenal race.
Yeah, there was a point there in the race where I didn't have I didn't have too many kind words to say. Just seeing 80 some odd laps go down and then we can't go 2. That was pretty frustrating. Especially seeing that, it was about a 9-second lead just disappear. That was pretty frustrating. But big shout out to Chad. I don't know how many I owe him at this point, but him working with me there at the end was it took a lot of load off my back. Unfortunately, he did get he got wiped out there at the end. But prior to that, big shout out to him. There's lot of things that could have happened if he hadn't have been there. But yeah, no, the 28 Bruising Q's Ford F-150 was absolutely on rails this evening. Thanks Team Setup Shop, ESC, all those guys. This thing, I think this was probably one of the best trucks we brought to the racetrack this year. So that's it was definitely a good showing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with how close those front cars were, and you to be able to do that, especially at the end of that long green flag run that we had, was just sincerely impressive. And what we were able to see out of that 28 truck tonight. I mean, when the caution first hit, I mean, of course there's going to be a lot of emotions there, and and then leading into another caution and another caution. At any point in time there, did you feel like it could be over for you?
The more cautions we got, honestly, the more confident I got. Just as the tires wore, I felt like I had an advantage, and it started to show there. Just with the dirty air that was putting on everybody behind me, I was able to go into the turns wide open on all of those restarts, and it seemed like everybody had to lift just a little bit, just because tire fall off. First restart, if it would have went green there, I was in trouble. Just it's so hard to break the draft. If there's anyone within a second and a half, 2 seconds of you, they have your draft. So it doesn't matter how fast you are; they're going to be just as fast for a few laps. So it was almost a blessing that we got a few cautions there. I could have done about 1 or 2 less cautions, but if we were going to have one, I think the best thing that could have happened to us is we got a couple of them the way we did. So it all just kind of worked out the way it did, and thankfully again it worked out in my favor.
Absolutely. Well, look, that's all I got for you, Travis. I'm going to hand you off to Dallas and Jay, and they're going to ask you a couple questions. But congratulations on your win once again tonight. Coming out here 3 in a row to start out this series, the Motor City Trucks. And just a phenomenal start to the season. Congratulations once again. And I'm going to hand it off to Dallas here. Dallas, what do you got for Travis?
Starting to sound like a broken record here. Congratulations, Travis, on a win. It just happens every week at this point. First off, none of us picked you tonight. Not a single one of us. That was stupid. We all should have, because you're the favorite.
It was out of good heart.
It wasn't that we didn't. It wasn't that we didn't think you were to win. We just didn't like. We just didn't want to. It was easy picking fruit. That's kind of like. You're so talented, especially when it comes to these trucks. There's a lot of people struggle to get a handle on these trucks. So, first thing, what was that battle in the first 30, 40, 50 laps like? Because from our vantage point, we couldn't catch our breath. And I imagine with you racing with the 77 and he was putting on a clinic with air blocking and all of that, and then Chad coming up there and Rob and just the battle for the lead. What was that like?
In hindsight, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, when you're in the middle of the race, it's not as fun as it is whenever you look at it in hindsight. But it was good. Josh did what he was supposed to do. He didn't give me an inch. I didn't give him an inch. And we ran it, and we ran it clean. It got a little rough there for a minute, but we all kept our stuff together. We kept our heads in check, and ended up putting on a great show. And it was a ton of fun. Like he said in his interview, you get near guys that we're in this same talent pool. We can trust each other to, if you rub me a little bit, sure, you didn't mean it, but hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit back because choice word. But we move forward with it too, and that's the glory of it, and it makes it a ton of fun. That was a lot of fun racing with him and all those guys up there, and it's just nice to be in a group of really hard-nosed, aggressive racing, but you trust that we're all going to make it out of the next turn. That is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. We just watching it. It was just the back and forth between everybody, the different lines you guys were taking, the slide jobs, the moves, and it was clean. Obviously, you guys brushed the wall or made contact a little bit, but it was very, very good racing. It was so much fun to watch, and again, congratulations on that. And then, secondly, obviously, you weren't very thrilled. I could hear the voice communications. You weren't very thrilled when that caution came out. However, yes, especially the first one. The first one you were not happy with, and understandably so. You've built up that lead. You've run this perfect race to get to that point, and then it's kind of a blessing in disguise with the cautions, though, because as the leader, you got to do a lot of different things on the restart, and it seemed like every time we had a restart, it was you were next to Jordan or Jordan was right behind you, and he couldn't seem to get a grasp on what you were doing. And if the restarts play in your favor, obviously, did the not having the restart line help you out a lot, and then just the changing it up like that? What was that strategy like?
I mean, yeah, not having the restart line, it definitely does help because we can, we can catch them off guard like we did with those really, really early restarts. And that one paid off really good for us. But there's a couple things that, we're able to get away with on these bigger tracks without going into detail. There's some little tricks that we can do to get those big jumps like that. And as long as he didn't figure it out, which, maybe today he didn't, but next week I think I need to keep an eye out for it because I think I did it one too many times. But, yeah, there's some things that you can do there to get those big jumps. So it's just as long as we kept him on his toes and, maybe like false start almost once or twice just to, because I know what it's like to be in that position. You're trying to get a good jump. And the second you see the back of that truck squat down a little bit, you're ready to go. So just keeping them on their toes was really the biggest goal. And, as we went on through each restart, he figured it out a little bit more and more every time. But, thankfully it wasn't enough.
All right, that I think is all I have for you. Congratulations once again. Great race, so much fun to watch, and we will hopefully see you again in the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Travis. Tom you answered a lot of the questions that Tom asked you the questions and you answered the ones that I want to ask you. But we saw how good you were on the restarts and how good you were with pace. But I believe you won this race on pit road. What is your secret? How did you execute so well on pit road?
Pit road practice. It's one thing that's overlooked a lot on iRacing, but whenever we're testing and building trucks, it's one of the things I like to do. I learned it from a buddy of mine, Tom Robick. Shout out to Tom. But whenever we're done your run and you go to look back at your tires, why not practice pit road? And it's something I do. It's a religious thing I do now. So I think that was a big thing because this pit road, you could actually get on the brakes pretty late. And that the very first green flag pit stop we had, I think I ended up getting like 2 seconds out of it just from getting on pit road really well. So I mean, that's just one of those things I've kind of built into my routine, and it's thankfully it paid off tonight. Yeah, it definitely helped a lot because I needed to break the draft really bad.
Alrighty, well, congratulations, Travis. Hopefully we can roll this on to 4 in a row next week here in the Motor City Trucks.
Man. But I don't want to get too greedy now.
Travis, who do you have to thank for your race win tonight?
Oh yeah, geez. Yeah, Brews and Q Team Setup Shop, ESE, guys at Ellie's Esports Team Setup Shop, and just everyone that makes it happen. Friends, family. I don't want to miss anybody, so we're just gonna keep it summarized like that. But yeah, big thanks to everybody, and thanks to you guys, thanks to Steven and all the other co-admins for putting up with the good green flag runs and the unreal nonsense, whatever that was at the end.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the kind words there. We truly appreciate it. And a dominating start to the season for Travis Manning here with the Nexus Motor City Trucks. Number 28, Manning Motorsports, Ford F-150. Congratulations once again on your win, Travis. And we hope to see you in the next one.
Yep. That's next week, guys.
All right, what a run that we had tonight. I mean, we saw long green flag runs. We saw the cautions fly. We saw strategies towards the end of the race there. Rob Collier being one of those, taking tires under one of those cautions, finding himself in fighting contention at the end there. Unfortunately, coming off a turn 4 there, a little contact with the teammate kind of prevented that, but regardless, what a race of strategy. But Travis Manning coming on top and winning that race.
Unbelievable. The best iRacers in the business here in the Motor City Trucks. Open setup racing. Unbelievable. Here at one of the lost gems in all of motorsports, Auto Club Raceway. We saw exactly what we expected at the top. 2, 3, 4 wide racing. These guys battling all night long. Pit strategy came into play. We heard it from Travis himself. He spends time practicing and executing on pit road, and I believe that's where he won this race tonight. He got the track position, built the gap, and then he executed on the restarts. We saw a little bit of shenanigans there at the end, but that's expected. And when these guys are all digging, trying to fight for every position, every point they can get towards the end of this season. Nonetheless, a fantastic race. We're 3 for 3 here in the Motor City Trucks here. Unbelievable. Travis Manning goes 3 in a row. Your early championship favorite here in the Motor City Trucks.
Yeah, it's easy to just pick Travis every week, but I mean, it's easy to, but as this race went on, it was not looking like this was going to be Travis's race. I mean, Daniels was up there fighting, and then Chad came up there, Rob was up there, Jordan Whiting. I wasn't expecting a great performance out of him tonight. He's usually in contention for a good finish, but what a performance he had tonight. Those trucks were all really fast. This was a fantastic race. The cautions kind of hurt the finish at the end, but again, this race was incredible start to finish. I've had a lot of fun tonight. It was fun to watch, and again, these guys are really good at what they do, and they put on a show tonight.
Absolutely. Well, it's that time once again to wind down this broadcast. We had some great moments tonight, a great race. Travis Manning once again coming out on top and winning the third round of this series. So, with that being said, though, make sure you guys go check out our merch store. We got some really cool stuff there. Check out that hat that Jay's got. Check out this hat that I got. Big Daddy NASCAR, Big Daddy IMSA. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's right. But go check out our merch store. We got lots of cool stuff on there other than this stuff here. And all the proceeds that go through that go right into the channel once again. And to help grow this channel, become bigger, and create a better product for you guys. So we surely appreciate that. Thank you so much. Everybody who also came out in the chat, we truly appreciate you. Connor Reed, Motor Rampage Emotions, Manning Motorsports, thank you guys so much for commenting, giving us some algorithm boost there. We truly appreciate that. Also, if you want to become part of the channel, make sure you go and view our channel, hit the join button, and pick the package that works best for you. Dallas has been our first member and a great supporting member since then. Dallas has the opportunity to come on here and broadcast with us, come on podcasts, watch parties, all that great stuff that comes with it. You too can be like him. Ka-chow. Just kidding, but
You probably don't want to.
but with that being said, I'm going to hand it off to Jay here real quick. He's going to talk a little bit about our podcast side and what we got coming up. And with that said, Jay, what do we got coming up?
Yes, the Full Send Half Bass podcast will be back again on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like clockwork, year-round, baby. We're here to talk racing. Anything and everything racing. We have 10 races, mainstream races this weekend to cover for you on Tuesday. Fantastic stuff. We got the Jeddah race for Formula One, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We also have some VP series and stuff next weekend with the IndyCar series, because IndyCar is back. We'll be talking about that as well. Unbelievable racing. We also have the 12-hour Sebring coming up. We also have a watch party. The Thermal Club $1 Million Challenge IndyCar race got voted on as our watch party for the 24th. We'll be here live to cover that race. Unbelievable. IndyCar is back. Some real racing is back. Unbelievable. Also, NASCAR this weekend is in Phoenix. So we'll see. We'll cover everything that goes on there. Hopefully get some more good racing. Anything better than the super speedway stuff. So with that being said, Tom, I think I'll hand it back over to you. Well, actually, you know what? I want to talk about this real quick. We also started an Instagram page. A lot of help from a lot of guys from the PSCRL. I want to give a shout out to Logan Ragioni. He has his own little photography group or whatever. He does a little bit of iRacing photography, helping me out a little bit with that. So I want to give him a shout out there. Go join his Discord. I'll leave the link of that is in the thumbnail of the Sunday Series race, actually. So thanks to him. And also Matthew Wood, driver in the PSCRL Truck Series, giving me some good photos and stuff to use there for thumbnails and on the Instagram. So go check that out. Go follow us there as we continue to grow. Follow us on X so they stay updated with all the races we got going on. Follow us on Facebook and TikTok, as well as our Patreon, where you can see our full-length crash compilation videos, the ones that YouTube doesn't like. They're on there for you to check out, and that supports our channel a ton as well. So thank you guys so much for all your support. It means the world as we're on our way. Continuing on, we're through 1 year of this channel and many, many, many more great years to come.
Absolutely. And also, go check out our Discord, too. We got lots of cool stuff in there. Discord is linked below in the description of the video. We got lots of news reels, lots of cool stuff going on in there. So, join. Make sure you keep all up to date with all the motorsports news happening around the world. Okay, what are we going to talk about? Dega Games! It's coming up next month. We got a great competition coming up between the Dega Boys and the King of Camo. Make sure you guys go to their channel and type in hashtag Team Dega Boys. Let's get in their head. Let's do it early. Let's do it early. Look, on Tuesday next week, I am going to be at a shooting competition with the King of Camo, and we're just going to do a little preview. Because old two-time here ain't going to go down once again. All right. Well, look, I don't think we missed anything here. I think we've covered everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. We truly appreciate y'all. We just hit 11,000 subscribers. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Everybody who came out, commented, liked, and subscribed. Jay, what do you got?
We forgot to give a shout out to Joshua Kreider and Steven Doughton, big supporters of our channel as well.
What am I
big
thinking?
shout out, huge supporters. Josh Kreider, operator, runner of the PSRL
Yes.
League, huge supporter of our channel, helps us out a ton. Thank you so much. He is an ultimate diehard package, unbelievable member. And then Steven Doughton as well. Big shout out to him. Runs this whole circus that we get to play in. We appreciate it a ton as well.
Oh, Steven does not get enough credit for what he does.
No,
he
he
puts
does
up with
not.
all of us. He has to put up with you guys, all the racing.
Yeah,
He
that's
does
right.
not get enough credit. That dude runs. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have blood. I'm pretty sure he just runs off of Monster Energy at this point. But yeah, huge shout out to SK. Cannot thank him enough for everything that he does. He puts on an incredible league. He's helped you guys out. He's helped me out, and we couldn't thank him enough.
Absolutely. Huge shout out to those guys. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. And everybody, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We love y'all. We thank you guys for coming out, liking, commenting, and subscribing. This has been the Dega Boys here with the Nexus Motor City Truck Cup League at Auto Club. Dallas out here broadcasting with us too. Jay always in the booth with me. And it's been great. But with that said, thank y'all. This has been Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth, and we'll see y'all in the next one.